Day. It is time for Philo, but it's already been a crazy one. New all-time high. It was actually insane. Oracle is like a 3 standard deviation move, one of its biggest moves in history. $500 billion of purchase orders, which drove it, but we knew about that news in advance, so we talked about it a lot. We actually got to make a play off it in the morning. We killed it. So even if you missed it, you were still able to get it. Synopsys had one of its worst earnings since like 04. PPI came in lower. So it's good for bonds. You even got a bond auction coming up here in a minute, actually. So that's going to be important too. But other than that, we're coming into the CPI tomorrow. I mean, it's not going to change the rate cut debate as we've been talking about. You should be looking ahead. But generally, lower inflation, lower PPI is good for cuts. I don't know if it does make it more credible as long as jobs stay weak. But if you have low inflation and then those jobs come up, then people will say it's cool, but that does take away some of the credibility. So watch yesterday's watch list, the last 2 days, and we have a lot of other plays here and other things related to the earnings and conferences. So other than that, though, it's time for some Jesus. Because it's been a good day. It's been a good week, man. It's been a good everything. And you could make it good in your mind. And then your mind will turn it into action and save your money. Save 10% before you buy a Pokemon card. And then maybe you could buy less Pokemon cards and more savings. And if Pokemon cards brings you joy that allows you to save, then I'm fine with that too. But at the end of the day, we got to wrap up this year. And you got to plan ahead. So save your 10%. Shop for that house. Get fucking pre-approved. Stop hesitating. And seek the Lord on your own. So this is a wild way to start the Philo video. But amen. So I'm going to go get ready. Trump asks appeal court to let him oust Fed cook. That looks like toilet from far away. It is. Because
it might be there as Stephen Myron's nomination advances. We expect a full floor vote on Monday, so he could presumably, if they pull this off timing-wise, make it to the meeting. And Lisa Cook, as for now, maintains her job. This new appeal is pretty interesting timing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating. But still, at the end of the day, from a market's perspective, these are still 2 doves that are going to be in the room. Does it really move the dial that much from a policy perspective?
When it comes to outcomes, probably not, which is why Wall Street seems to be not terribly bothered by all of this. And that's where we start our conversation. We'll get an update from Bloomberg's Tyler Kendall on the way. Charlie Pellet is first, though, with his eyes on the markets in the Wednesday trade. He's live at World Headquarters in New York. Charlie, how's it look?
Good day. We are looking at a record right now on the S&P 500 index. Do want to begin with Klarna, though. That IPO, indeed, the largest IPO of 2025. Klarna now indicated to open at $52 to $53. The IPO priced at $40. It is a buy now, pay later company, and indeed, we will be keeping you updated once we see Klarna shares up and running. I mentioned that record. S&P right now, right to the numbers, at 65.39. We're up 26 on the S&P. That is a gain of 0.4%. On track for another record close here. The Dow, though, retreating. Dow Industrials down 231 right now, down 0.5%. NASDAQ up 63, up 0.3%. The NASDAQ 100 index up 0.2%. One big stock making a big move today, and that is Oracle, surging 39.4% after earnings. Right now, we have got the 10-year on this PPI Wednesday, 4.03%. The 2-year, 3.52%. Spot gold up $16 the ounce, up by about 0.4%. And West Texas Intermediate crude up by 2.1%, $63.94 for a barrel of WTI. So bottom line here, traders driving stocks higher, bond yields lower as an unexpected decline in inflation reinforces bets that the Fed will resume cutting interest rates in September. Tomorrow morning, of course, 8:30 a.m. Wall Street time, we get the Consumer Price Index. So again, we are awaiting Klarna to start trading, keeping an eye on Oracle. That stock up by 39.5%. Balance of Power continues right now. Back, we go to Washington. Once again, your hosts, Kriti Gupta and Joe Matthew.
Appreciate that, Charlie Pellet. We'll be back with Charlie in about 20 minutes to update markets as we watch Oracle go to the moon. And yes, we wait for an IPO to start trading here. It's going to be a really interesting story once Klarna starts trading with a lot of interest, Kriti, in this new issue. It's been quite the pop for IPOs lately, specifically those geared toward AI, or in this case, pay as you go. What's the word I'm looking for?
Buy now, pay later.
Buy now, pay later. Yeah, exactly.
Klarna is fascinating because the CEO, Sebastian, made a really big splash about saying AI is the future of the workforce, to the point that he laid off a bunch of people to prove that point. So is this a stock that is ultimately AI? Is this a fintech? Is this a financial services? It kind of wears multiple hats. We'll see if it doesn't even matter.
They like to be called a digital bank, which is interesting when we talk about this. But when you're competing with a firm, you get a lot of attention on Wall Street, and something that we'll be talking about. As soon as it starts trading, we'll have that for you. With our eyes, of course, on the White House as well, and the Federal Reserve. Creedy and I were just discussing this. The reshaping of the Fed might actually come to fruition in time for next week's meeting, with Lisa Cook staying, Stephen Myron coming. Bloomberg's Tyler Kendall, our Washington correspondent, is with us here in our D.C. bureau. Tyler, it looks like both of these are likely, though we just got an appeal filed here. Could the president change this yet?
Right. Well, I mean, this appeal was widely expected, right, after we had seen that this judge said that Lisa Cook could retain her job while the broader legal issue of her firing plays out in court. Now, of course, we know that the Department of Justice has been arguing here that President Trump has sufficient cause to fire Lisa Cook. In fact, this White House says that really the court should defer to the presidency to determine what counts as sufficient cause in order to remove a Fed official. But
thank you. Yeah, auction was great. Very good, considering. It's like the narrative is changing. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Chadadonia. Chadadonia. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, I hope you're living good. I hope you're ready for some good talks. I have a lot today. There's a lot. I don't even know if I'll get through all of it. I don't know where this is going. There's one big part of it, to be honest. I wish I could. Some days it's easier to just, there's one key concept, but I do have a key concept. But there's one thing, but then there's many today. We'll talk about it. But God is good, and the Lord comes first. So we are going to talk about God and many other things today, and we'll throw some Bible verses at you. But if you don't want to hear that, you should leave now. And that's what we're going to do during this moment. So it's not a debate. There's no questions. There's not, just listen. And I hope you get something out of it. I do have a stock wire up here for news. And you can talk about stocks. Really, if it's not breaking news, then I'm not going to get to it. I mean, yeah, I see the Klarna. I'll put it up when it IPOs. But if it goes up more than 10% above open, on the first candle, I'm going to look for criteria, but above 10% premium, I'm not really a fan. Klar! And it sounds like a pirate if you say the name. Klar! Try it. But, yeah, so I'm waiting for Klar! But we'll see. But either way, we're going to focus on this. So if it's not breaking, I'll get to it later. And you could help out and post anything. And that's it. And we'll be good to go. So Chadadonia. Oh man, where do we begin today? Where do we begin? We're going to talk a lot about change and doing things. I hope we've been talking about it a lot, so I hope you've been paying attention. But here's the deal. I'll tie this into my good old Lord. I've said this before to you. But the highest form of faith is planning. Did you know that? Did you know that every time you plan, you are showing faith? Woo! 33%. All right. So, yeah, this no good for now. 34 million shares. So you need 17 million by 118. Ain't seen no wires. All right. So Planning and faith go hand in hand. You know what the Bible says? Is live by faith. I hope you live by faith and not by your sight alone. Hope is good. And I hope all of you have hope. We talked about that recently. And I do think for this generation, and like, I don't know, man, the world is a crazy place. And I see it. I've lived it. I mean, I'm here right now with you. Hope is necessary, and hope is good. And I really think some of you can. Hope is like the only thing you're missing. You'd be surprised, even if you've lived already this life. Hope is a great thing. But it doesn't say live by hope. You know that, right? Because unfortunately, to be real with you, I don't think hope plans. Does that make sense? Have you ever talked to somebody who's always hoping for something? There's not really a plan all the time. That's what I'm saying. Hope isn't a bad thing, and hope is actually a great thing, and you need it. But you cannot live by hope alone. You understand? It says live by faith. Faith is the thing that says walk when you don't see, when you don't understand the next step. Take the step. Then you hope there's another step. You see what I'm saying? I hope I move one day. I think I'm going to move. I hope for it. You're never going to move. Sadly. Like I said, faith is that planning. The highest form of faith is planning. Let me put it this way. You want to know what I believe in? You tell, I'm planning for heaven. Tell me I don't believe in it. I'm going to plan it. I'm going to plan how I'm going to get there, what I'm going to do, what would I need to get there. I got all of it. Think about it. I'm following the IPO closer than you in a weird way. That's the sad part. So yes, brother, yes. But you need to plan. So whatever it is you have faith in today, I encourage you to plan. Take a step by planning. Otherwise, don't tell me you have faith if you don't have anything you could plan around it. Again, there's more to faith than just planning. So don't stress yourself out. But this is a real practical look on your beliefs. And what are you living by? A man who really is living by faith is gonna have a plan, dude. You understand? Like, dude, I have a lot of faith in the long term. Somebody just said hope. Unfortunately, I do not hope in the long term, motherfucker. You know why? Because I have a plan. We all do. We're not going to just put money in the long term and hope it goes up. We obviously have faith in the next 10, 20 years, 30 years. We believe in a future we can't see. Imagine making a decision for 10 years minimum. But dude, all of this is planned. Everything we do is the long term is a sick plan. It's sick and disgusting. A lot of faith is required. It really is. From the small amounts to staying with it, the same. But think about it. That is all planning. It's faith. It's planning. We have some hopes. But it's all the plan. That's what's really driving your faith. So my brothers, have faith. Have a plan. And again, what do you live by? Do you live by faith? You are called to live by faith. Literally commanded. So have a plan. You plan, you believe in something and you plan for it. That's literally faith. I believe this is going to happen. Prove it. I have a plan. And there you go. So that's the first part. Second part, this one, I love. And this relates to hope. But this is relating to hope, but more so control. And I hope you do control your mind. But I even brought this up and I was explaining it to the guys at the farm. I had a passing thought. It was on one of my drives. And I told him, I was like, dude, words. You know that? Words. I love them. Don't you love words? That's what I realized. I love words. I really do. I was like, man, words have changed my life. Just hearing them, communicating them, you name it, bro. Words. Like, literally, words. That's why, like, again, the Bible, just words. Think about it. He gave us the word. Love words, bro. That's why I was like, you guys need to learn words. And if you don't, and the funny part is, bro, even if you didn't like words, but you wanted the, like, God, and you started reading the Bible, bro, you're going to learn words. You don't get it. You know, people have asked me how I've learned certain things in this life. And who taught you this? I've learned a lot by reading the Word of God, just by reading. Because there was words I didn't know. And then there's words I learned about. And then I learned what they meant. And then how they were used. And then I saw them in other places. The words. So you need words. That's what you got to do. Yeah, it's at 50% volume. So it did 50% before 10 minutes, but still up 17%. So it kind of checked the box, but now you need the 34 million. So we'll see, but it's still high, and at the end of the day, though, you save some money by waiting. But I'm not too excited. All of it. And that's what I'm saying, my love of the word. It's funny, I want to read a word. My interaction with this word is firing shit off in my brain, dude. Y'all tripping. It's causing ideas off of words. Dude, I'm just speaking words to you right now. You know I was excited today, bro. I killed it today. I hit a bunch of trades. You may have heard it, bro. Even look at, we even sold out perfectly. Amen. I was already hyped before all of that. Some reason, I had 4 emails this morning, between last night and this morning, of people telling me about their lives changing, about how I saved their life. I don't think I did shit. I think Jesus Christ. And I hope you give him the same credit and give him 10x whatever thanks you would ever give me. One of them, they sent me the same email from 2 years ago, and I thought that was interesting. But the other ones are all brand new. I was hyped. But again, think about it. What did I do? I told you I'm interested in why people are saying, again, how did this stream affect your life? And they're telling me it stopped certain things, changed behaviors, changed literally their whole life. How? Again, in one part was that routine, that schedule, let alone just the 10% in the investment decisions. But that schedule, the focus, what you're hearing and exposed to, all it was words. Yes. If you were a disciple or not, or got disciplined, it was a result of how you acted on the words. Everything's words. All words. You're hearing me right now with just words. You ain't never seen my face, dog. Words. Words. Live with the word. You know, he says you cannot live by bread alone. Have you heard that? The Bible says that. It says, man shall not live off of bread alone. So what does he give? What does he give man? So he says, man should not live off of bread alone. That means you do not live off of only just food, even though you need food to live. What comes next? What does he give you? Do you know? Man shall not live by bread alone. Dude, he says you're a human, dude. You're a human. And in the wide word, they gotta tell us this. In the Bible, you have to... so you're telling me I need food to survive. Or I'll die. Go, don't eat, you'll die. I need food. And he says you will not live by food alone? What? And then you know what he gives you next? But by the word of God. By words! Come on, dude. That makes no sense. Amen. TTD. Ooh, and PayPal. I think TTD, though. That looks pretty ugly. Bro, do you not get that? It either doesn't make sense, or that means words are as important to your livelihood as food. Meaning you'll die if you don't have them. You'll thrive depending how you use them. You'll become obese if you use them too much. You'll become undernourished if you use them too little. Oh, y'all playing with me. The word. Words. He gave you food in words. That is such a... that's insanity. And you're not in love with words? We just opened up this morning talking about fucking food. We were talking about brisket. We were, brisket. Food. Food. Words. It's the same thing. Words. You don't get it. You won't live off of bread. You need words. I hope some of you start becoming a fine diner of words, because you need it like that. That's why, the fairy tales and all the little, OG good Disney movies, they got it right. And, there's always, a little comic, a fairy tale, right? And it's a magic trick. And they say a combination of words. Hibbity-bobbity-boo. Abracadabra. Right? That's how you were seeing this magic. Yeah. Words. And I believe this. I obviously don't believe in the fairy tales to a certain degree. But I believe in the human realm, this realm in real life, modern professional sense, the right combination of words either locks or unlocks things in reality. Here, let me show you. Unexpectedly, you are God's son. Unexpectedly, you are God's son. How does that make you feel if I said that? Unexpectedly, you are God's son. Wow. How does that make you feel? All right, I'll let you think about it. So now I'm going to take the same words. Okay, are you ready? Let's see how you feel now. You are having an unexpected son. Wow. You are having an unexpected son. Same words, different combo. And there you have it. You could do this in many, many ways. That would also be wild. Different combos cause different feelings. Different combos mean very different things. Same words, different combo. Think about it. Why do you think the Bible is the living word? Every time you read it, you go and live a little bit of life, read it again, it's going to read different. You live a little more, you read it every time. But these combinations of words, you don't get it. Bro, that little funny example, I don't know if you thought it was as funny or what. You're like, that doesn't make sense. Oh, listen to this. All I'm saying is if you say the right combo of words to yourself in your head, I think you're going to be a little happier. Like if you say the right combo of words to yourself, you're going to feel the sun a little better. And guess what? Vice versa. You say the right combo, you're going to be sad. The wrong combo, it's a right combo of words creates the wrong outcome, but now you're not feeling good. You don't think that's weird? You don't think that's power, that's control, that's your mind? You don't want to control that? You're not in love with controlling that for yourself? You're not in love with words? You mean to tell me you say I am this. You say whatever. The right combo will make you happy. The right combo will make you sad. Words. The words in combination. It's amazing. I encourage you to develop a love for it. That's why. That's how you imagine how you use your words. Do you see how that all ties in? Just think about it. I'm telling you, you gotta love it. And it's important, and it's this powerful combo. It's a powerful tool. Bro, we use words every day without even thinking about it. You use the words to exist all of today. Not once for a second did you think about how much you loved them or appreciated it. You motherfucker. You lived your whole reality today and every day prior was based off of words. How did I even talk to you today? You used a word. You took that for granted. Do you see what I'm saying? This is words. This is the most powerful thing. This is your connection to the world to a degree. So, that being said, Chattadonia, I hope you use your words wisely. I hope you love the word. I hope this gets you excited to seek the Lord. You see what I'm saying? To seek his word. There's a reason why I keep telling you about the Bible. I come back to it every day, you have no idea. You know, it relates. I'm telling you, it's a power. It's your mind controlling your mind. Are you serious? See, and that's the thing. Like power. And that's why lately, I don't know if you've noticed, we've been talking a lot of change. Again, I'm encouraging you all to change. I'm encouraging all of you to utilize discipline to build the bridge between your current self and what you were created to be. Your highest form. Live up to your potential, brother. Come on. Why? Okay, but why? Why do I keep telling you change? Why do we need to change? Why do I care about change? Am I running from something? Is that why Josh wants to change? What are we scared of? What do we do? Why do we gotta change? Why do you want to change so much? Because that's how power works. There you go. Go, anybody you encounter, go take something and then fill it up with electricity. It's gonna change. Do you understand? Pour water on dry land. It's gonna change. Y'all don't feel me. Why do we want to change? Why is change so important? That's how power and power transfer works. It requires change, even in the Bible. Anybody who ever encountered these angels and the Lord and the Spirit, they changed. Do you think they stayed the same? You said, I encountered the angel, got down on my knees, and I woke up and I acted exactly the same? You're a liar. That's why. You tell me. You tell me the long term has been powerful in your life and nothing of your habits have changed. You're a liar. Did you really encounter the power? It'll change you. You need power over your life, your mind, and your thoughts. My brother, that's going to require change. This is the big key. Power. And what do you think power is? And I think you've seen it. But power, the displaying of power. And this is why it's to understand the importance of change. It isn't explained in what God can do. Do you understand? My God is great. My God is amazing. You realize that? I fear no man because of my God. Do you understand? Do you think I believe in that power because I know what he can do? Do you think I have staked my whole life on the potential of the Lord Jesus Christ? Do you think I made my long-term decision off of the pure potential of what he can do? Did the Lord display his power to me by coming down and saying, I could change your life? I can change it. No. The power was displayed by how it already changed things. Do you understand? I saw the power of the Lord in what it already changed, both for the good and the better. I saw it in and how it changed me. Again, I've seen it change you. That's why I told you I've seen it. The difference between it's a world's difference. Like I'm saying, there's people, they said the long term was powerful. It changed them. Changed everything about their life. They are not doing anything they were doing before it went. The moment that it started to get even real for them, it changed them. Whether it was from day one or maybe by year number 2. But it changed them. It was a real change. The power was not, look at my long term can get me a house. It got them a house. Are you fucking kidding me? You think I'm waking up every morning going crazy over potential? Praise God. It's what it's already changed. It's what's the power. It's already happened, dude. You think I'm doing a rain dance so that God will bless me with power? Look around. It's already changed the world, the landscape. It's already changed my brother's lives. It's already working. That's why, silly me. Silly you, look around. Power is not displayed by explaining what it can do. It's by showing how it already has changed things. Show me how something got altered. I could tell you what power it encountered. Is it shocked? Is it dry? Is it wet? You tell me. I could tell you what it encountered. Anybody can. So yeah. Why do you want to change? And do you see why we keep saying changes means you encounter the power, brother? The moment you change is the moment you unlock your superpower. I hope you realize it. So build that bridge, baby. Build that bridge. So that being said, that's just your intro. Mexico seeks to raise tariffs on cars from China and Asia to 50%. $29 million. It's almost about to turn the flow, but it's still up 20%. Oh, you know, I was gonna get to the main one, but I think I could do another one. That was your intro, but this kind of relates. Well, here, I guess I will. I'll give you two then, because it's still kind of early. But you need to realize that if I'm going to give you anything, I'm going to just tell you this one. I told it to the guys at the farm. I think I told you guys too, but let me just remind you. Seek the Lord. Okay? On your own. In the morning, at night, when the market's over. Actually be about it, bro. That's all I'm saying. I want the power to change you. It's not going to change you if you don't really encounter it. You ain't going to really encounter it relying on me or anybody else. That's the reality. You don't get it. That's what I was trying. I explained this to the Chads who came out. They traveled to come and hang out with me, bro. And you know what? We were on top of our mountain. We have a mountain. We do. We have multiple. Ask them. And we're looking down. We're at the top of the mountain, looking down at the barn where the animals should go, all of it, and we're just looking down at it. And I told them this. Do you know what they would do in the Bible days? They said, I'm going to go seek the Lord. They said, we're going to go seek the Lord's blessing. They said, we're going to go and seek the Lord out today. We're going to go for the Lord. And you know what they would do? They would proceed out for the next month or two. And we're climb up mountains, stay on top of a mountain for a month. Just only with God and everything, and that's it. And it was a month process of seeking out the Lord. They would give 10% of their year at minimum just to go seek the Lord and then come back. So do you see what I'm telling you? I know, brother, we don't live in donkey days. But what do you mean you're seeking the Lord? Do you see how easy it is for all of us to be challenged by that? Let me put it another way. It's very easy to not truly seek the Lord. And that goes for me too. It's very easy to not, dude, we live in a modern society. How much time are you giving to really meditating? Praying, being with the Lord, actually? Are you still just are you memeing the Bible, bro? Opening, oh yeah, I love that verse. Ooh, yeah, great. Or are you in love with the Word? That's what I'm telling you, bro. Just back then, it was just different. And it's funny because I like it. I want to seek the Lord, and then I see the constraints. I have a job. I got shit to do. I live in a modern society. I could only imagine if I had kids and a wife. But the time with me and the Lord, you gotta try, bro. And believe me, that's what's gonna change you. And guess what change means? Change means power. That's what I'm saying. You want power, you want to do things, you want to make moves. I think you can. But that's going to require a changed vessel. That's not no problem. We could do it. But that's why you do got to line up with it. But what are you putting in this time for the change in every way? So go to the mountain. Again, I love the mountains. But this is what I was going to tell you. Is that there's a difference between desire and drive. Did you know that? So just because you want good things to happen, that does not mean you are driven. So this is good. I'd rather you realize this now and correct it. Because I want all of you to be driven. You should be. I don't want any of you to be desired. Because then P. Diddy will find you. Okay? Praise the Lord. I'm happy I look like a lizard. So, very simple. Desire and drive are not the same thing. I want good things. I want good things. I desire it, right? I desire it. I want good to happen. I want good for you. I have good intentions. That's why they say good intentions don't matter. Again, desire is important. Because if you don't have desire, you're not going to get driven. See, desire leads into drive. But desire is not drive. So, I'll just give you one simple factor. What's the difference between desire and drive? Desire fades. Drive does not. Very simple. I want good things to happen until it gets hard. You know this, it's real. Because again, someone asked me the other day, they're like, why do you do this? You guys heard me answer that. And I gave the answer and I said it is worth one person. It really is. And like I'm saying, the power, the change I've seen, it's amazing. But yeah, my desire has faded. You know, every time you deal with a fake person, every time you deal with the scammers, the fraudsters, the stalkers, you know what I'm saying? My desire lowers. That is what I've genuinely realized. I have a different desire. But then I also desire the effectiveness too. So I have different desires, and guess what, bro? When it comes to this mission that I'm doing, my desire changes. But I am also driven by something. By the purpose, the goal, the long term, the end poverty, the real life change for culture and society. That's a drive. So the desire is going to change. The desire will fade even. But the drive says, I have a destiny. It's like a GPS. I'm going to drive there. That's it. My desire, I'll watch for all of you listening. My desires will change over the years. Ask anybody. But my drive will not. We're getting to the fucking goal. Do you understand? I hope all of you can adopt this mindset, because that's really what it is. That's what I'm trying to tell all of you. Anything you want, let's put it as the destination. I've been telling you this for well over half a decade. That's Earl Nightingale, 101. All you got to do, you desire it first, but once you put it as a goal and you think about it, all like I'm saying, you really change and utilize that power with discipline. That's, again, driven. Doesn't matter, delay, doubt, all the Napoleon Hill stuff. I'm going to get there still. That's being driven. Desire will get you started and get you excited. Desire will keep you in a situation, even for a little bit, that you would have quit in because you liked it. You know how many girls I should have broke up with, but they were cute. So again, desire, that's different. Drive is much, much different. Drive does not change circumstantially. I am asking you a very simple question with all of this. And what I hope for all of you, where we could truly, with truth and faith, go after a real goal that aligns with each of our purposes. But the excitement is going to disappear one day, in whatever it is. My question to you is, will you have the fuel to keep going? Please, let me use this as an example. My brother, one day this stream is going to be boring. I told this to them 5 years ago. Some of them listened and they're still here. Some of them, they didn't listen. They were like Peter. They were like, nah, this will never be boring. I love this. They hate me now. I'm telling you. It's crazy. But I'm telling you, this is going to get boring one day. The whole money shit, the stock market, everything, bro. Y'all don't get it. Do you know how many people I encounter that have so much blessing in their life? And they come to me with the same things the people who have nothing don't? I've told you this phenomena many times. But they're doing good in life. They're killing it in business. They got a beautiful family. They have everything. Literally everything. And they'll be like, Josh, I just don't feel the same. I don't know. I feel like I should be. I feel stuck. I feel. Or they're just not as excited. They got everything they dreamed about. And the biggest problem is not being excited. My brother, that's guaranteed gonna happen to all of you. Let's just get it. Let's run it right now. Do you hear me? Do you hear me right now? All of you. There's nothing wrong with coming and going. But the real change and the real power, it's going to be felt with those of you who are really driven by the goal. Because we're going to get there no matter what. And the only way to be driven is answering this question. It's like I'm telling you. Or finding the thing that you could stay even when the excitement goes away. You will still have the fuel to keep going. That is what each of these Philos is trying to build up in anybody willing to listen. That is what the example I've given you is. But that's what it is. I'm telling you, stocks are going to get boring one day. Ask anybody. Or guess what? It's just not going to feel the same from the first moment you discovered it. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad times. Same thing with your business. Same thing with your girl, your boy, your family, you name it. That's why you got to really figure out what drives you. And really figure out what you're willing to go after, even if there was no excitement. Very simple. So there you go. But it's not triggered by the outside. It's not triggered by what happens. That's what I'm saying. Drive is anchored within you. That's all. I can't control the outside. I'm becoming a master on the inside, brother. And I think some of you are too. And that's what you need to do. That's why I'm saying go learn anything about the market. It doesn't fucking matter if you're not really driven. Do you understand? Because shit on the outside is going to change one day. And the excitement is almost guaranteed going to dissipate compared to how your base excitement gets set. So what is anchored in you? You must be driven. It must outlast even external. MOS keeps going. I don't know if they're at an event. So, still part of the intro, but the last part of this, man, this is why. The power of your mind, the controlling your thoughts, the drive. You know desire gonna fade, bro. You better be driven. It's internal. But the gate is closing. You've heard me say that a lot. I've been trying to show you in many ways, many examples. Take advantage of the opportunity. If you have the light right now, you better use it. Because if you have the light, you'll have it for a little while and then it's going to go. Use it. My brother, I encourage all of you. Use what you have while you still can. If you have a little moment of excitement, motivation, clarity, drive, use it. Because it's very simple. If you've listened even all day today, some of these other factors and everything else we've gone over, it's just like, if you don't master it, it's going to master you. Something has to fill it. You guys tell me every gap must be filled. I think everything must be filled. If you're not in control, you will be controlled. That's it. You think you could fill your heart with nothing, it's going to get filled with something else. You either are choosing what to master or you are going to get mastered by it. My brother, if you do not deploy yourself, you will be employed. If you do not manage resources, somebody is going to manage you. Do you see why all this is important? So go. Like I said yesterday, man. What if I go up the wrong one? What if I'm doing the wrong thing? At least we'll find out quicker. But move. And find the thing that aligns with you and what you were created for. And that you'll still want. Even without, it's not excitement. It's driven. Be driven by it. So now, that's your intro. But I don't know. That was a good intro. I could probably end it there, but I'll give you this one, man. This one's just gonna blow your mind. I keep hearing this crazy guy. It's like a Bible criticism, and then it's not, and then it is, and then it's not. It's old. It's super old. But it's like esoteric breakdowns of like viewing the Bible as a giant analogy. It's a trip. That's why I said, like, the whole tithing thing, right? You know how everybody at church says, give me your money, give me 10% of your money. Well, give God the 10% of your brain that you use, and then he'll unlock the rest. That's like an analogy, right? That's esoteric. Okay, are you ready for this one? And it's a very important point. Do you remember this story in the Bible where Jesus goes into the church and then he starts flipping tables? I bet you some of you have heard that. Even if you've never read the Bible, you've probably heard something about Jesus flipping tables. Does that sound familiar? Jesus was flipping tables. So tell me, why? What tables did he flip and why? That's the closest you've ever gotten. That's the closest you've ever gotten to Jesus sinning, probably, huh? Getting angry, getting mad, assault, battery. I mean, per legal standards of the U.S. Yeah, and then he calls them a brood of vipers. Okay, so you know this story. It's the money changers. There was people selling and buying money and just doing trade and commerce in the church. And Jesus goes into the temple and flips the tables. And he says, you turned my house, into a den of thieves. That's a good point to remind you, even Jesus has a house. Fun fact. He says, you have turned my house into a den of thieves. Wow. So that's powerful. But are you ready for your mind to be blown? I don't know if I agree with this or not. I just think it's a great way to look at it. And honestly, it inspired a Philo. Because it did, from what I've learned in life and what I've seen. We're using the same analogy, you guys. So tithing, 10%. You only use 10% of your mind. Maybe the Bible was telling you to give 10% of your mind instead of 10% of your profit and work. Right? And if you give him the 10, he'll give you the 90. So track with that analogy. God wants your mind, right? And whose house did he turn into a den? He said, it's my house. The temple. Guess what? It's the same thing. God wants you to give him his mind. My question for you, how many of you have money changers on your mind? Or have you allowed the money changers into the Lord's house? Are all of your thoughts revolving around money? Because that's the Lord's house, brother. Does every thought you have boil down to money, 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 money? That's the Lord's house. I would argue he would walk into your mind and flip tables. My brother, I think some of you have always wanted to do good. And I think you have good ideas and you've had good intentions. And you want to do this, and then then you start thinking about money. Then the money changers come up, huh? Yeah, do you see the analogy? It blew my mind. I never looked at it this way. So it's saying that the Jesus flipping the tables, this was analogy towards when you let money control your thoughts. Actually, truly. Because your mind should be given to the Lord. That's what he's calling of you. You want to believe that you're made God, I have God in me? He should have your mind. You should be thinking about him. And all of your thoughts should come back to him. How many of us have allowed the money changers into our mind? Our thoughts are dominated by money. It should be his house. Your mind should be for Jesus, not for money. Again, if you give it for Jesus, he'll give you the money. But if you put your mind for, how many of us are putting the money changing tables in our mind? And we're like, yeah, we love the temple, but let's just get this on the side. So yeah, drive the money changers out of the temple, my brother. Drive the money changers out of the temple. That's why he flipped tables. I see the analogy. Was whether you think he really did it or not, it's a very pivotal moment in the story of Jesus. Money in the temple. Money in the temple. Well, we already unlocked the other analogy, so it's like it tracks. Give God your mind. If he walked into your mind right now, right? It's as per the title, his temple, your mind, it should be. And he walks in. Is he flipping a table or not? So yeah, do good. And again, when you drive those money changers out, bro, watch what your mind does. Watch what your intentions do. Watch what your good ideas do. Now you'll live in it and execute it. Because you ain't going to be stopped by the money changers. And amen. So, I tithe your brain, brother. Tithe your brain and drive out the money changers. That temple, your mind, please. And that's why I go to the mountain, bro. It is super, but you need to do this on your own. And everything you see from stocks to not, man, I ain't telling y'all anything. I'm just showing you what it's already done to me. Looking like I've been electrocuted. But you got to do this on your own. That's what I'm saying. I can't drive the money changers out of your mind. It's not my mind. You get what I'm saying? My brother, I could tell you how I clean it up, but I can't do it for you. So I pray you all do take the time. And I hope this is something that could get you driven, something worth staying with, regardless of exciting or entertaining or whatever. And it all started with words. So that's why, man, the Bible, the Word of God, that's the second thing he gave you next to food. So the next time you have a thought and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how, Josh, what does that mean? Go open up the Word and let the Word do it. Because it will. It's the Word. Love the Word. I'm telling you, once you learn to love the habits that love you back, brother, it's sickening in a good way. But again, you gotta love it. So, I look forward to many more bridges being built, Chatadonia. And literally, the collective use of our minds. Oh, we're getting there. But we must drive the money changers out first. And use it. Control it. Utilize the power of it. The power is in the change. There's no power if there's no change, brother. So let's see it. And take that to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. And God bless America. Oh, that's me. Ooh. Nice. Oh wait, where is it? What if your habits can't spend more time here on the stream? Then cut it off. My brother. Cut off. If your eye causes you to sin, poke it out. If your arm causes you to sin, cut it off. Bro, at one point, I was like, if I'm not going to marry my girlfriend and I'm going to keep living in sexual sin, I'm just going to cut my dick off. I know it's a metaphor and an allegory, but that's what I would do. So, do you not get it? Oh, amen. So, yeah, seek the Lord.
Lester. Tell me your mind. I got options, bitch. Talking like Honda, right to cost some shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I has my shit vested in everything from value tested dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I could make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you cannot quit it till you get a deal. Need a will, otherwise you'll waste your time just spinning wheels. I do this opposite shit, they thought it was easy. Like I got here without reading, like I didn't give up sleeping. Tell me what the fuck's a weekend, tell me what the fuck's your reason for this dream you keep on dreaming. It's gonna leave if you don't lead it, huh? Got $1 in a dream, I need a couple cents. I'ma go and sell some preem, pay my mama's rent. But I bought that shit, watch me call the top and shit. I'm confident the cycle ends, and when it does, I'll buy the dip and then I'll get a nicer whip. The guy disliking all my vids will probably be a lot more pissed, but I'm just gonna pray he blessed. Wish I had time to hate this shit. I'm busy chasing greatnessness. I'm trading when the fade begins and selling when they don't kick it. I be talking options, I got lots of those in life. I could get you started, but I can't teach you to drive. I turn on my monitors and swear I come alive. Cash is always liquid, always dripping, never dry. I got options, bitch, talking like Honda, right there, got some shit. I'ma get pushing cars on all my stocks. I hedge my shit, vested in everything from value to dividends. Living in houses in the hills, my life is different. Businesses I've been doing that since I was little, yeah. Bigger than that, I'm doing the same thing on the biggest scale. Listen here, I could make $1 million anywhere. This ain't fair, I don't show my face cause I am everywhere. Let me in, you don't gotta like me, but the message ill. This is real, never make investments based on how you feel. Pick a field, but you gotta get it till you get a deal. This is real. Yeah, pray for all of y'all. I hope you never lose your goals. The mock is valid, don't be afraid to take it slow. It's how's it possible to make the money if you broke? And mine's the obstacle, the strangest secret that you know. Adaptable, I had to go DiCaprio, plain as the wolf. Subtract the host, but add some dough. The rooster didn't come to roast, about to cope, but back with folks, it's rapid growth. I have a coat, I have a rose, I have some homes, I have to go contractual. Selling those, but not my soul. I sell the clothes to buy some more. I'm with my bros, divide the dough, my high and low, my favorite hoe. I hit it when she drop it low. I'm never at the cop it close. Only buy options as homes. You don't got those, leave me alone. Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a cult, baby. Hey. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real, it's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing, they want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen.
Okay. Hi. So quiet. Isn't it weird? We used to stream like this. Just no audio in the background. Oh, I kind of like it. It's kind of good. It just feels so quiet now. And then now you guys won't know if I'm like muted or not. It gets confusing. Yeah. See, I just stopped talking for a second. But yeah, it is off-topic moment. If you have anything, it's not bad. You missed the music. It feels weird now. It's different. I think we've done it for like, what, 8 months? Versus this. Yeah, silence is very deafening. No audio Thursdays. Oh, dude, I forgot we did No Rule Friday. Dude, it's not even Friday. It's Wednesday. Dude, I don't know. This week has gone by slow. Last week, it's because there was a holiday. I was like, dude, it was Friday before I could even say Friday. Whoa, Oracle to sign $300 billion computing deal with OpenAI. Is this another one? Yo, I think there's another one. It's OpenAI. Vast majority set to be from OpenAI, the contract. This could either be an update on the earnings or this is a new one. I don't know. So again, add that to, that's like a performance obligation, $300 billion. So think about that. But then again, like OpenAI, if they don't think they'll go bust, but if they did, I don't know if this counts. Oh yeah, that's coming out now. Wall Street Journal exclusive. Sipping green tea, feeling peaceful. That's good. That's good. I don't know if I'm gonna lift today. I've been tired, bro. I've been getting some good workouts. Every part of my body is sore. Like, dude, even my face is sore. Like, I've even been doing the damn, like, neck workouts for the posture. And then, like, I don't know. I think I just been talking too much. And maybe, I don't know. But even, like, my face is sore. My hip, because I'm, like, using my glute. And, like, my feet posture is getting better. But then it hurts. Like, oh, dude, I'm just sore. I am just sored everywhere. And I'm still balling. I balled up yesterday. And then I got cut, bro. I felt bad. The old guy cut me. And he, like, scratched the shit out of me. And I'm bleeding. But he felt bad. He was like really bad about it. But he felt really, I was like, you're good, dog. But I kept missing layups too. It was rough, man. It was rough. Yeah, one of the biggest deals in history. OpenAI and Oracle. So that's coming out now. I have it early. You might be so early it's not reacting. But yeah, now it's hitting Bloomberg. You see that? Now it's going on TV. And then, yeah, now it's kind of... We already have our plays. I think we killed it on Oracle. Did you guys see that sell? I don't... Y'all playing with me. Dude, I got over $200 a contract by selling here, and now they're back below $1. That's what I'm telling you. And then we bought them for like 20 cents. It was insane. They were supposed to get cheaper, but... And they had... I gave a sweet spot price, but if you got it below and you just took it at the time, it worked. You work as a data analyst intern at LinkedIn on the marketing team. No experience. Any advice? I mean, it depends. Are you looking for another job, or is this what you're going to put on your dating app? So it just depends what you're looking for, but you let me know and we could work with it. I didn't look at your chat facts though. No, yeah, that's your first message, so I don't know. Get a stretch in. Yeah. I've been stretching today. We should do some more push-ups. My criteria for options on 0 day. Oh, I don't use any of that shit, bro. Believe it pisses people off. I have a lot of good, you should check out the Josh Scholl's model. You know, that's why, like, you know, even that song you heard with options, that was like 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago, I think. You know, so even with my criticisms of Robinhood, you know, I like to think I helped spread options, both for better and for worse. And, you know, we have a lot of good videos, but part of the contention I had, you know, I don't use technicals. I view options like insurance. I view them as what they're naturally created for. And I operate, you know, kind of a little differently than most. So I've been working on something new. It's been a mix of what it is, but even check out my 2 standard deviation video. It's called Ghetto Standard Deviation, and then the Josh Scholl's video. Those are the 2 that I think could really, really help you. Yeah, no V shape, but we still got time. If it's not a V shape, it just might be a random pop to like the low end. But other than that, it's still up. We hit a really high. So like I've been saying for the last like hour or two, even if we go down 50, 30, 40 points, you just fill the gap, and that's the high of yesterday. So I don't even think anything could really get really bad today to a certain extent. With Vanguard, nice. You like it, they'll take you. You just won't be able to trade certain stuff. But if you want to work in finance and build a career, that's a great, that will get you there. You know, you will be doing sales. So keep that in mind. That's different than like investing activities. But if you can make a lot of money. FIFA, oh, do it, bro. I kind of want to go to the World Cup. Or I wanted to, if I could get them at a good deal, I want to buy World Cup tickets for like gifts. You know, thank all the people who like soccer that I know. Thoughts on James Hardy as a post-rate? I don't know James Hardy. It seems like it's real estate. But I would just go Home Depot or Lowe's. But I think REITs and the other real estate related plays, especially if we get a genuine flip-flop with all the liberals and bond vigilantes, then I think REITs, anything real estate related. You don't have to go for the like home improvement sub-related play. My dad likes soccer, but he wouldn't appreciate the World Cup. Bro, if I took my dad to like if I just took him to just a random rec league game and told him it was the World Cup, he would think it's the World Cup. And he would love it. Did I ever tell you what he did? This was one of my girlfriend's first experiences with my father. My dad comes back from a trip, right? And he sees us. And he says, I have a gift for you. And then he proceeds, and my girlfriend, so it's like the second time she's meeting my dad. He like pulls out this jersey. It's like a bicycle jersey, right? And it's signed, and there's like 20 signatures. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, my dad met Lance Armstrong or something, right? And even my girl, she's like, whoa. She's like, wow, what is that? And my dad was like, yeah, I was eating at the IHOP. I saw these bikers and they signed for me. He just got, bro, my dad got random bikers in the middle of America just riding bikes to sign a jersey. And he took it home and gave it to me. You understand? And that was like, he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. So I don't think he'd know that, like, he wouldn't appreciate the World Cup. I don't think he'd understand that we spent like $3,000 for the tickets. He's like, what? Why you do that, Habibi? But yeah, I still have the jersey though. It's funny because I love that jersey though now. I swear to you, bro, I got that jersey next to like fucking signed Michael Jordan, signed Kobe, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then there's just like random bikers that my dad made them get signatures from. It's great, bro. Yeah, so hey man, I don't think they know. I don't even know any of them, but it's important, man. They made it up there. Oh, I'm sure they loved it, dude. Are you kidding me? My dad made them feel like a celebrity for the day. And they're like, fuck yeah, I'll sign it. They're like, it's on the house. I'm like, where did you get a jersey from, man? like straight up, bro. It's so crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll ask him. I think he knows what the World Cup is, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was somewhere like middle of America. That's the funny part. I think they gave him a jersey. So I could only imagine how this conversation went. But I'm sure my dad was there, and there was a group of bikers who probably stopped. And then my dad, I don't know what he could have said. I probably asked them where they go if they die. He said, do you go to heaven? Do you know where you go if you die? And then, yeah. I don't know how. I don't know any. Dude, it was the weirdest thing. I thought it was Lance Armstrong. We all did. We thought it was like, oh, fuck, dude. Because my dad has met Chuck Norris. You know that? Like several times. This isn't, bro. It's weird. So like one of my dad's good homeboys that like was really like there when my dad first got to America. He was at like one of the churches, right? Dude, homeboy is best friends with Chuck Norris. So my dad has met Chuck Norris on several occasions. Yes. And then I think my dad doesn't understand. He doesn't understand how much of a legend Chuck Norris is. So he like Clint Eastwood. But no, he doesn't know Chuck. He doesn't know how important Chuck is. But he's met Chuck several times. Oh, he went to your high school? That's crazy. You mean your school? Your school went to Chuck, is what you mean. But yeah, I get it. U.S. to end EV carpool lane exemption on September 30th. Ooh, how will I get to work? Tabe. Bro, those Adobe calls are ripping. Shopify on the low and the Spy. They're going to have a good team for the World Cup. Egypt. That'd be nice. Yeah, bro. These are expensive now. Little scammer. Oh, dude. Every single option both calls and puts on fucking Adobe just rocketed after Oracle. Go look at the chain, bro. It's insane. Because I already rolled over the puts, but their puts are going back up. The calls are really juicing. But I kind of want to hold them all now. Because we already made it. I only made the puts free. Oh, no, the calls got free too. I made those free first. We're talking for no reason, yeah. Adobe, like, it moved, but it doesn't make any, it only moved 1%. So I made the plays on Monday, and you're back to the same price, but calls and puts have both went over 200%. So literally, I bought it here, 2 days later, same exact price, all options up 200%. You got into data analysis because you could analyze businesses and flip them. Like real estate, do you think data analysis will lead you there? No, unfortunately. I think it'll help you, and maybe you might discover something, and that could be a tool in your skill set that helps you a lot, but I don't think that'll like lead you there. In a weird way, like private equity will lead you there. Like working with a bank or with a PE firm, I think that would probably, those are the guys flipping businesses. You know what I'm saying? And like that's where you could use your data analysis, and they would hire you, and you could implement it. But there's a lot of it. There's sales, marketing, relations, then the business and projections and modeling, and then the actual financing and exit plans and all that. So data analysis is one part of it, but you need a little bit more. But if you wanted to get into that, I would look into like a PE firm or one of these PE funds that you could get involved with, from Blackstone all the way down to anything, even like a Piper Sandler, some of these like even trading firms, they have both. About gold and silver, I think it's central banks, the demand, and I think it highlights kind of just how crazy some of the currency rate stuff is. That's why, like, it's just like under Biden, it's still the same like Biden economy type beat. And you know, currencies and rates have been wild globally, and that still continues. And I think the longer it stays, central bank actions and rate actions, it creates this environment where they move like that. Not to mention the gigantic money supply. SPY just coming down. Ibis went down. Oracle went down. So the cheapies, the last one, are gone. They're not going to get a bid yet. But we killed it. Bro, like I'm saying, even without me telling you my exact plays, if you just, the timing of our entries and exit today, I would argue we're borderline perfect. You could have got a little bit better on the entry, but dude, we sold out right at the top, and then that's it. No other high, and now the crazy like 40% earnings premium, it's just not there anymore. Like I'm telling you, bro, there's contracts I sold. Dude, I sold these contracts this morning for $200. They're at 30 cents now, to give you an idea. So yeah, that was killer. And just so that last, I'm out of it, that would have helped you if you were listening. That was beautiful, man. All right, I need to go pee. You have any other off topics? You could still do that, but we're into the low. Watch if your, what's it called, come up. See if those go, see if the staples come up. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, no propaganda. propaganda.
Oracle to now be up 40% on a day when it already added $200 billion worth of market cap running up to these earnings, and now they've added another set of that amount in one day. It's an extraordinary feat that Larry Ellison and his team, Safra Katz, have made.
Caroline, my last question is more as far as what does this mean also for its peers? Looking over at CoreWeave, you had mentioned that earlier. Ticker is CRWV, up 15% right now.
And it's one of the IPOs that did really well leading up today on Klarna's, for example, CoreWeave. Many people struggled with CoreWeave's business model ultimately. They're a very new neo cloud, as it's now called, this provider of ultimate GPUs of NVIDIA. And people are like, well, we don't understand. They've got great exposure to just Microsoft as a key client. People are now understanding there are only a few companies out there that are going to be able to foster this sort of data center spend. And no wonder you have to be over-focused on a few key clients. And no wonder we're starting to depend on more and more of innovative styles of getting compute. But for me, the thing that you're hearing time and time again, and actually I was just sat with Kathy Hochul, she's the governor of New York. She's all in on making this the empire AI state. Energy is the other resource that we lack. And so where are you going to get 4.5 gigawatts of power from to be able to power these data centers? That's why in the state of New York, they're up in Syracuse, or you're looking up in other areas where you can get hydroelectricity. No wonder we're turning to nuclear. This is the sort of scale of investment opportunities that everyone's been looking at. It's not just CoreWeave, it's not just Oracle, but it's also the energy, the resources all around it.
Caroline Hyde, I don't know where we pulled you from. It might have been from your desk and just grabbed you.
She has all the stats at hand.
She just, thank you so much.
I talk about this for a living, and it's a lot of fun.
We appreciate it. It's Caroline Hyde, Bloomberg Technology co-host with us, talking about that. Yeah, Oracle OpenAI signing that $300 billion computing deal. Okay, so we're going to kind of stick with Oracle in that same tone. We're going to bring in our next guest because Elon Musk, no longer the world's richest person. He's been bumped by Oracle's Larry Ellison. That's after the company's reported quarterly results. And now we're hearing this news. So Christine Oram, Wealth America's team leader for Bloomberg News. Thank you for joining us. So you're sitting here listening to us talk about this, and then we had earnings. So how much did Ellison's fortune soar after that?
Yeah, so this has been quite the day for Oracle, as Caroline was just saying. So Ellison, earlier today when the stock was at its peak, it's pared some of those gains now, but he was up more than $100 billion, and that was the increase to his fortune, not his total fortune. That got him close to $400 billion. At one point, he was at about $394 billion, putting him in first place on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index for the first time, also putting him ahead of Elon Musk for the first time. So this is very notable. Musk has been in first place for almost a year. And of course, we had the news last week of Musk getting his $1 trillion pay package. So this may be a short-lived first place for Ellison. Musk stands to make a lot of money over the coming years that could potentially make him the first trillionaire. But for now, Larry Ellison is in first place.
And then looking at Tesla's stock being down over 10% this year, and obviously there's different dynamics where we've seen it pop and then pull back, but how does that fit in when it comes to Ellison versus what's going on with you were just talking about with Elon Musk versus also Jeff Bezos, obviously the poster child when it comes to Amazon?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question, because I think what you're seeing here is the divergence between the companies that are exposed to AI, as Caroline was just saying, and those that are struggling a little bit in that space. And of course, Musk has made a big deal about all of the inroads that Tesla is making in AI and how he wants that to be kind of like one of the main drivers of the company going forward. But so far, the market doesn't really seem to be buying that. So Tesla hasn't been performing super well. And of course, there have been a lot of other issues there around his political involvement and other things too that have weighed on the stock. But despite that fact, Musk had clung tenaciously to the #1 spot for quite a while, just largely actually not because of Tesla, because of all of his other ventures, SpaceX, super valuable company, XAI, X, formerly Twitter, all bolster his fortune. But it seems like as of right now, that isn't enough. But again, with that massive pay package that the board has promised him, if that passes
Elon
muster,
lost all his money. Oh, I remember Elon lost his money. Oh, Elon. You guys remember that? And they would document Elon's wealth. Larry Ellison. Larry. Bro, his dad's balling too. The whole Ellison family, bro. It's like, what? But Chadadonia, how you doing, bro? Where's what's it called? Klarna. So it traded the full float, and now you're down to 16% premium. It's not that bad, but it's still like kind of up. So this is the best one you've had so far. AKA that most of the ones, by the time they trade the float, and they usually just don't, they have a way higher premium, but like I told you, if it's still more than 10%, it's not, just in a weird way there's demand, but not really like the juice. But it's better than most of the ones we've seen recently. So now you've turned the float 16% premium, and give or take, you're like near the lower end of the price, at least intraday. It's only been out for like an hour. That Oracle, I think it is. No, just that one to 327. His son bought the free press blog that gets 7,000 views on YouTube for 200 mil. The Ellison? Or? Poland's Noraki says today's talks confirm alliance unity. That's the other thing, bro. Those global tensions, even Trump's comments. We're going to see CF pop in. CRM's on the low too. The optimist to go to work for you? You will be able to. Neurosense Therapeutics Phase 2 trial shows improved brain cell connectivity. Oh. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know when it's going to happen, but generally a lot of the infrastructure build out is hopefully so we could have AI robots that do shit for everybody. It's just gonna be weird. It'll be cool. I want to see that damn the Zooks. Telling you, man, one Waymo ride changed my life. It's amazing. God bless America. Adabe. Yeah, EA keeps climbing, but nothing crazy. More oil, that's just the other thing. Again, the tensions today led to higher oil, but... And MOS and NTR too, actually. Are these all still clapped? Yeah, more oil, CVX. Humana came back up, but remember, we were just talking the other day, it was green, and then it dropped $50 after the conference. And some of the CMA stuff. Want to do pull-up? We could do push-ups. It is 11:30. So you could get your last set of push-ups in before power hour. I'm very down. Let me look for one more thing, and then I'm down for some push-ups. Just checking everything. I don't think we're going to get Trump, but all we're doing now is going to wait for tomorrow morning. Again, 1 hour before the bell. The translation. I think it'll be good. I like the AirPods a lot. I didn't like the phone, but I think the AirPods are pretty cool. I wish these had more time. That orange iPhone. Well, don't you get a free phone? Because my phone keeps saying I get a free phone. They like, are you ready to upgrade? You get a free upgrade. Get your free upgrade today. But like, I know it's a scam, but then I don't know if it's a scam. So we'll see. I don't know if I get the orange one. I just want the AirPods, bro. I just want the AirPods. I need new air. My AirPods are filthy. Oh, CRM. No, yeah, it's like a billing credit. I don't know. Some of you guys don't remember it. You guys don't remember, like, I'd say most of the cell phone communication game. Let me ask you this one. How many of you don't remember signing a contract to get a phone? So how many of you have ever gotten a phone without signing a 2-year contract? You have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know. The guys who probably don't know, I don't know if they could afford the $4.99. So it might be harder to pull them. So yeah, the young guys nowadays, I don't know. They spend it all on Pokemon cards and DraftKings. So yeah, you remember the fucking phone contracts? Back in the day, like most of the day, you had to like sign a contract. It was like a 2-year, 3-year contract to get a phone. You had to say, I'll sign and pay this a month for X amount of years. And then they would give you like a phone deal or whatever, but it was a contract. Nowadays, nobody does contracts. They just get you to finance these phones, and then the phones are on 2-year time frames. So then they'll make you pay for the phone, and then they'll give you a credit that will pay for it after 2 years. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't remember that. Think about it. There's a young generation that just doesn't know what do you mean a contract? Signing a contract for a phone. Chris Wright says oil, refined products, exports to Europe will grow.
You can still buy Russia at the end of this year. You can buy contracted gas in 26 from Russia. But once January 1, 2027 comes, no more Russian gas.
What is that going to mean for prices? Have you talked to the industry? What are they going to say about it?
Well, the reason they have a timed phase out is so that U.S. exports can ramp up to fill that hole. There's a lot of new supply coming on for LNG that I think will hopefully keep prices in check.
Okay. Oil. Natural byproduct, gasoline or natural gas, about a third of the byproduct of oil drilling. The price of oil continues to go down. There's a lot of concern in the United States that U.S. production is going to fall because prices are falling. In your previous life, you ran Liberty Energy, right?
Yes.
You helped drill for oil. Where is drilling going? Where are oil prices going?
Continued evolution of efficiency. American producers are so innovative, and with relief from the Trump administration on burdensome regulatory regimes, we're doing everything we can to lower their break-even costs so that they can become profitable at ever lower oil prices. But are oil prices on the low end of a band right now? They probably are. They probably are. We've seen a lot of that spare OPEC capacity come back into the market. Yeah. That's been a little bit of a downward pressure on oil markets. But I think in the next few years, you're going to see strong global economic growth, strong increase in demand for oil. Yeah, you'll probably see a little firming in oil prices.
OPEC just raised output, though, again, very small margin. That's on the quota side, but they just raised it on Sunday. Do you worry that a price war could spark?
I don't think so. The demand for oil is growing at over 1 million barrels a day of incremental demand every year. I worry more in the next 5 or 10 years, where's that oil going to come from? I'm happy to see that supply come on market. And when there's a lot of spare capacity sitting on the sidelines, that's overhead for oil markets.
Dude, that was that one I just read you about.
We're shrinking the spare capacity that's on the sidelines.
Yeah, we got Chevron over here, Exxon's over there, Shell's over here. What are they saying?
Bro, I read you that headline.
Their concerns for oil and gas.
It sounded like a fucking brain Tesla
oil
one.
Prices are on the lower
Neurosense.
end. So, are they going to add
That was the one that got the
FDA. Rig count's been going down. Baker Hughes is right there. They
rig count's been going down, but American production hasn't gone down. The rate of growth has slowed. We may see a plateau in U.S. oil production for a little while, but I am very bullish on the future of U.S. oil production. And of course, U.S. natural gas production is growing at a good clip now, and it'll grow at a good clip for as far as the eye can see.
Okay. You're probably going to dodge the heck out of this question, but I'm going to ask you. You used to be on the board of Oklo. Stock's up 1,000%.
Oh, he was?
In a year. Nuclear startup, new scale. You're now the Secretary of Energy. You've had to resign that position. Huge bullishness around nuclear in the United States. Is it overdone in any way?
No, nuclear was 6% of global energy in the year 2000.
That's
Today,
true.
4%. This is a technology, nuclear. If you look out 500 years from now,
what the fuck? Charlie Kirk got shot.
In fact, we're going to use.
No, bro, this is true. As this is verified right now, there's no confirmation at an event in Utah, Charlie Kirk has been shot. The conservative commentator who goes to the universities and interviews the kids. Yeah, he got shot. This is confirmed, bro. No. Multiple sources right now, like, they're saying he got shot. Nobody knows if he got hurt, if he's dead or not, but yeah, no, that's real, bro. I thought homeboy is trolling. Look at this. Bro, that's crazy. Dude, he just posted 16 minutes ago. Bro, he was just at this event. This is happening right now, bro. I hope he's okay too, bro. That's so... Again, I was just telling you guys the other day, like, the whole, like, murder is murder, violence is violence, and unfortunately, like, some people have really been driven to I don't know why you could say even driven. They're just choosing out of, their own thing, but kind of nuts. Kind of nuts, bro. Are you for real? He might be dead. Dude, that's unexpected. The fact that this has not been reported by anywhere else yet. That's it. It's just people close to him. Dude, he was shot in the neck. Oh, no. No, dude. They're saying he was shot in the neck and no one saw anything. Holy fuck, dude. I think they might have got him. There's video of people running. I don't see the video. I don't want to, but... Oh my gosh, dude. Dude. Like, come on. Like, telling you, bro. Word, yeah, dude, and thought. That's nuts. Dude, that's really surreal. I can't believe it. I mean, it makes sense, with everything in the world we live in this timeline and everybody else, but I cannot believe it. Dude, I don't see the video. Tag me. I don't see it yet. So wait, these people are gonna report on this, and then we're gonna find out. Oh wait.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Holy fuck. He literally says that was it. Gang, I saw the video. Dude. Bro, fuck you guys. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's crazy. Why? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and that's why you young guys, you better listen the fuck up. Like, dude, like, look, he's bringing young men and women at these universities, bro. Like, you see it, all the people there, bro, and it's like, why? I don't know how. Yeah, I can't tell. I looked like that shot was crazy. I don't even know where it came from or anything, but it's like, dude, come on. It was just one shot, too, bro. That was one shot, and then and it hit him. Yeah, bro, Charlie Kirk got shot. This is real. This is happening now, all within the last 30 minutes. It was one shot. No one's reported on this yet, but there's a video of him getting shot. Candace Owens and several other people are confirming this, but yeah, bro, I'm pretty sure they shot him. Or I think he might be dead, dude. That was insane. I just saw the video. Bro, and that was one shot.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, that was just one. No way. Are you kidding me? This is what I was telling you. Bro, I think this is the guy who shot him. Bro, it's some fucking old ass boomer, I think. I can't confirm this, but this is a guy they have in custody or at the that's insane. This guy already fucking lived his life, destroyed the world, fucking acting all fucking high and mighty now. That's crazy. If it's even worse if it's a fucking old boomer. It's worse no matter what. I can't believe this, dude. Why? I know why, because they're fucking terrible people. Brainwash. Yeah, there it is. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk shot at event. Hitting the wire right now. Yeah, it literally looked like Tim Walz. Dude, why? Charlie Kirk got shot. I think he got killed, bro. So we're gonna see, but in the last 30 minutes, even then, less. Can't blame you. I mean, hey guys, maybe I'm sketchy, but I am glad for a lot of it. Cause that's the thing though, you guys don't get it. You know, nobody's mad about, like, nobody even gets mad at me for dumb shit, bro. It's all stupid shit. People are mad about religion. People are mad about the ideology shit. You get what I'm saying? You think anybody's mad at my stock shit, bro? You think that guy don't do nothing that's related? That's just, it's all ideology shit, bro. That's it. Like, people think religion, who has radicalized these people to think that you like killing people and anything for any reason? I was just telling you this the other day. I was like, man, just any murder is bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just because Trump and Biden. It's like, I don't want anybody to die, even if I don't like them, bro. It's like, come on. But yeah, no, that's so bad, dude. May the Lord, I know the Lord, he knew the Lord, but may the Lord be with him, man. Taken away by, that's crazy. I have the video, I can't, go on Twitter, you'll see it. I think he's clapped, bro. That's fucked. And dude, it was one shot. Like, what the fuck? That's very different, dude. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a mass shooting or any shooting that went pop and over? That was a fucking execution. That was literally a public execution. Ironically, you guys are like, bring back public that's literally what just happened. The guy is there in front of a group of people to talk. To talk. Dude, that's terrible. Yeah, there was, I showed the old guy, some Tim Walz looking ass. But I don't know if, we don't have any details. We cannot confirm anything. I don't even know if he's alive or not. We don't know who the shooter is. We don't know anything. He's hospitalized, it says, but I think they're just saying that. That's terrible. Shot near the neck, not the neck. You could see the video. It just looks terrible. UNH on the high, too. And then whatever that NRSN. Bro. Stupid, bro. Nah, I think, I don't know, man. Just wake up, bro. I hope all of you see it for wherever you stand, no matter what your beliefs are politically. This is, you gotta all come together, man. This is not, like, that's what I said it yesterday, bro. That's why I was like, listen, man, like, some of you, even if you thought Greta got blown up, like, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, all of it's bad. Like, stop. Like, don't fall for this shit, bro. Like, do you see what happens? That's why people get shot in front of fucking everybody at a campus for no reason. Just answering questions. You see what I'm saying? Like, for real. You have to it's so evil. Y'all want to tell me the devil's not real and shit like that? Look around. And it's not horns. These people are killing kids. They're just, dude, they're doing weird shit, man. And it's very simple. It's nothing to do with politics. It has everything to do with demonetics. This is spiritual. This is dark. Do you understand me? No, leave the politics. Leave every fucking buzzword out of this. Leave the liberalism. There's no word. Leave it out of it. We know what we're talking about. Everybody. You get what I'm saying? It's simple. Killing is killing. Murder is murder. It's wrong. And you support people who have done it, and whether you agree on the side or not, it's murder. And it's just bad. That's it. Stop choosing when you want to say, nah, he deserved it. This, you don't have to feel bad Charlie Kirk got shot. You don't have to feel bad a CEO got shot, remember? And I said the same thing. I don't care who it is. It's bad. That's a dark thing. That should be frowned upon by all. We should all be mourning. We should have mourned. No one's asking you to give something or be a certain way. Again, you could think he's an asshole and good. That's fine. But the way we're slowly bending in the line, like, murder, if you do this or this, it's murder. It's death. It's blood. This is as dark as it gets, dude. We were just talking about. I don't care who it is, bro. Trust me, you ain't never in it. Because if you ever prayed for your enemy and something bad that happened to your enemy and it happened, and you've actually had it happen, you know it's terrible, and you'll never do it again. It's the same thing, bro. Death is death. You wouldn't wish it upon anybody. You experience certain pains and certain things. It's not. Let's be real. So I don't know, man. That's why, like, fuck the politics. Fuck the politics, dude. Because murder is wrong. And no matter if it's a CEO or that, or I don't care what it is, bro. Terrible. May God be with him, bro. Bro, it was only one shot. That's crazy. They already did report it. They just did. I thought a Chad was trolling me. So Chad posted it in the chat. And I was like, bullshit. And then I look, bro. FBI says they're monitoring the shooting of Charlie Kirk. But that's why I was like, no way. And then I looked, bro, and I'm like, holy shit. They shot Charlie Kirk at an event. The event was, dude, it just started 20 minutes ago. Dude, why? Ah, dude. I don't know. If it hit him in his chest, there's a shot. I can't tell. The video looks terrible. But if it's anywhere above the neck, I think he's gone. But if it's below the neck, I think he has a shot. But that's just, I'm at a loss of words. That's so ridiculous, dude. I'm angry, but I'm also like saddened by it, bro. And then I'm like, dude, that's so weird. But it's not weird. Isn't that fucked up? That's why I'm saying, I'm like, you know, I keep saying why, but I'm actually not that surprised. Because, dude, again, bro, the other day you just watched a bunch of kids get shot, dude. No one said fucking shit. Just weird.
Gang violence. Great.
Oh my.
Not counting gang.
Oh no, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw the other one. Fuck, dude. I just saw the video. There's another video, bro. That's terror. No, I don't think.
Not counting gang.
That's, fuck you guys, dude. Fuck you guys. Fuck these leftist old boomers. But even then, it's not even everything's, that's so bad, dude. That's so bad.
The crowd was facing the stage, and it was a large group. It was a large crowd. Could you tell where those protesters were stationed or set up?
Yeah, there's some video.
Yeah, there was some that were actually have video of showing when they were screaming and yelling. And they were.
Well, I think he's dead, man.
On the balcony. And
no, I'm sorry. Do. There's another video out there. That's disgusting.
The other crowd as well. One crowd.
Dog, that's it. I can't believe that.
Closer to, like,
they just executed
the
the dude.
Where they could have came from.
Old fucking Tim Walls ass motherfucker.
The others were behind him.
Yeah, hard to tell, obviously, in moments like that when the crowds are big and the sounds are echoing and bouncing off. Interesting to note that the levels that you described there with spectators watching from a heightened
one shot, dude.
As well.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't pop, 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 pop. That wasn't like every other mass shooting type shit. That was a fucking execution, dude.
Thank you.
That's bullshit.
Senator Mike Lee posting a tweet in the last half hour.
This also
saying,
starts
quote,
from all your little
"I am
fucking
tracking the
Luigi
situation
worship
at Utah Valley
and all this
University
other dumb
closely.
shit.
Please join
Even
me in praying
yesterday,
for
hoping
Kirk
Greta
and
gets
the
blown
students
up,
gathered there.
hoping the fucking
We're
people
showing you
dies.
kind of
All
a repeat
demons,
of
dude.
a video posted
You
on social
fucking
media, and
demons.
social media is lighting up right now, as you might imagine. Charlie Kirk was the scheduled speaker at UVU today. He's an American right-wing political activist, an author, a media personality. There was a lot of attention given toward this particular speech.
Yeah. It sounds like we are getting some witness accounts that we want to make sure that you're aware of.
Counting gang violence.
We have Jason. He's a former officer. He's joining us on the phone. He was just 5 feet away from this event when it happened. Jason, thank you. Obviously, you have a professional eye on a situation like this as well. Were you working today or just there to observe?
No, I was just there to have fun and immerse myself in Mr. Kirk's dialogue. I had retired from the law enforcement back in June. I was just there having fun.
Yeah, describe to us what you saw.
Well, after the first speaker, there was somebody that came up. I forgot what she was asking about, and about halfway through her first question, I heard a shot come out, and I looked directly over at Charlie, and he kind of fell backwards into the chair, and just all of his Secret Service guy, I don't know if they're Secret Service or whatever, they all climbed on top of him and rushed him out, and then I started doing gang control. I was like, hey, get out of here, get out. You guys got to get out of here.
Your instincts kicked in, no doubt. So he wasn't speaking,
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk wasn't speaking, but was seated on the stage.
He was seating on the stage at the time the shot rang out.
Counting gang violence.
So Jason,
Yeah,
with your background in
he's
law
dead, you
enforcement,
guys. I don't want him to be dead, and it's not confirmed. I posted the video, bro. That's fucked up. Dude, that's insane. I'm so angry right now. You guys have no idea, man. So don't watch that video. It's on my Twitter, but this is fucked up, man. We were talking about this the last couple days leading into it. Please, you guys. This is just dark shit. So whoever dies next, can you just not get happy about it? And can you stop cheering it on? Thanks. Signed, Humanity.
Well, we mentioned your instincts kind of jumping in, and your sharp eye took in a lot. We're seeing video now of a suspect who was arrested. It would appear that happened fairly quickly. Can you describe what happened after those shots rang out?
So there was only one shot that I heard, the one shot, and I did see that same guy in a blue shirt in handcuffs over by the north side of the complex where it was. So I did see that same guy in custody. I don't know if that was the shooter or not, but it sounded like the shooter was pretty close to the front row.
Yeah. How would you describe the mood prior to that shot?
Oh, the mood prior, before everything happened, it was absolutely amazing. The crowd was very cheerful, very positive. It was doing just like a normal Charlie Kirk rally.
Yeah.
And
have you attended one
it started
before?
off on a good foot. We had the first person come in and talk and did very well, and then they moved on, and then the second person came in, and that's when the shots rang out, or the shot rang out.
Jason, had you attended any one of his events before? Any of his speeches before?
No, I had tried to get in one time, but I had missed it. So, no, this was the first Charlie Kirk one that I've been to.
Well, Jason, we appreciate it. Thank you for jumping on the line with us. That's Jason, a retired law enforcement officer who was there as just a spectator taking in this Charlie Kirk speech, this event at Utah Valley University. And you can see through these social media videos just how quickly it became a chaotic scene.
Vice President J.D. Vance reacted to the shooting by posting on X, quote, "Say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, a genuinely good guy and a young father."
Charlie Kirk is a 31-year-old American right-wing political activist. He's an author, he's a media personality, and there was a lot of attention around this speech and this event. This video is the newest that we've seen. Of course, social media being flooded right now with different accounts and videos, but this shows the man in the blue shirt that you heard Jason describe that was taken into custody, it would appear fairly quickly, and escorted off by a group of officers.
And Jason had mentioned that he heard at least one shot, but prior to that shot, he says it was, not a lot of really going on, nothing that would lead him to believe something of this magnitude would happen. This was his first time attending this type of event. In speaking to our prior caller, someone who was there, Taylor, he said about 2,000 to 3,000 people were there, and then as we saw from video there, things got very chaotic.
We're now receiving confirmation that Charlie Kirk was the individual shot at this event at Utah Valley University today. Turning Point USA confirming that is a company owned by Charlie Kirk, so we can take that as reputable information. It's what everyone assumed. Now we can confirm. We don't have an exact timeline. Obviously, this is just unfolding in the moment. However, we're told that the shot rang out during the first speech. Charlie Kirk himself had not even taken the podium. He was seated on the stage, and someone was introducing him when that shot went out.
As you can imagine, we are getting several reaction on social media. FBI Director Kash Patel had had this to say about the situation, posting on X, quote, "We are closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation." And again, if you are just joining us, Turning Point Academy, Charlie Kirk's company, has confirmed that he was in fact the person shot at Utah Valley University today.
The video you're seeing, of course, is very chaotic, but prior to this, spectators describe it as a fairly calm event. There were a couple of pockets of people that were shouting out at various points during the event, but other than that, it was a fairly calm scene.
very mad.
Police presence was heavy. It was expected to have kind of a high scrutiny, a high visibility, this type of event, and then certainly this speaker. So there was police presence, and also Charlie Kirk. We've been told it was assumed he brought his own security detail as well. But prior to this moment, things were going quite smoothly.
And it looks like we have
just
another witness on the phone with us who was there. Jeff Johnson, I understand.
All this guy did, bro. Like, I can't believe it. And then I see like his old tweets, bro.
Yes, I can hear you.
Jeff,
nah, we ain't gonna get what he had in his mind.
What
was he doing, bro?
Describe those moments.
Like, you know?
Yeah, so we were
all he was sharing, dude. You know, you may not like him, just how some of you may not like me, but you guys gotta realize, like, dude, those thoughts were changing some people's lives. Even if it helped one person.
I thought it might have been a firework. It was that loud. So people started scrambling, running around. I was kind of looking around for smoke. And it wasn't until I looked down and I saw them on top of Charlie Kirk that I kind of realized what was happening, and was able to see them pick him up and carry him out by his limbs. So at that point, kind of
he's not confirmed dead. Some people are already saying it.
Seemed like
I think he is, but
kind of
he's in critical condition. He's in the hospital right now.
Area, but that was kind of it. It took about, unfortunately, like 30 minutes to get any notification from the school to get out of there, and about 45 minutes before they told us to get off of campus. But that's kind of what's happened from my perspective.
Yeah, the area had already cleared, I imagine, long before that. As a faculty member there, can you tell us about the temperament toward this event? It received a lot of attention.
They took him to the hospital,
going into this particular speech.
It's kind of like what they do in
most
overly
cases. Supportive. Most of the people around him, it's kind of a closed-off area, little amphitheater, and everybody kind of in the amphitheater seemed really supportive. There was a group of protesters up above him and to his right, not in the area that the shot came from, and they would say things and boo here and there, but overall it seemed very supportive of what was going on.
And with the tiers, the levels, when events are held out here, obviously this was a big crowd, but are they typically occupying those balconies and those enclaves?
I've not personally seen anything to this scale before, so I wouldn't be able to relate it to anything.
Yeah.
That's prayers for his family.
Okay, well, we appreciate your insight, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining us and jumping on with us for our call. Now, we are getting some more witness accounts of folks who were there on scene. Can you tell me the name of the caller, please? Okay.
We don't have a caller at the moment, Tamara.
I do want to mention, though, Brooke, I'm just reading this now.
I am baffled right now.
President Trump has just addressed the shooting on his social media site, Truth Social, saying, quote, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him."
We're hearing a number of reactions like that on social media. The latest from President Trump, as Tamara said. J.D. Vance also responded. Some of our local leaders responding as well. It was a very chaotic scene, as you're seeing, and social media reacting real time. There were upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 people there, is the best estimate we can get from those on the ground. And all of those people flooding social media with their experiences, their pictures, and their videos.
Yeah, and based on one witness account, we understand there was a speaker that had just gone out. Charlie Kirk hadn't even spoken yet. And so we're taking a look right now on your screen here. We're getting more video of Utah Valley University at this speaking event right before the shooting. One witness had just told us on the phone here that he heard one shot rang out, almost as if it was a loud boom, a firework.
That's it was one shot.
Response was immediate. Charlie Kirk did hit
How
the
is
ground,
that, dude? That guy, where was this guy? He was chilling.
Immediately
like,
protect him,
I'm not
on
even.
top top of him, and you imagine how quickly people then scattered just as a result of that single shot, that single
I really
sound.
can't believe that
But we're
they
told
just
the
did
police
that.
presence was
Clap
quite
Charlie
significant,
Kirk,
both
young man, a
police
very
officers,
young man.
but also those who
Why?
jumped into action after this particular
Dude,
event,
why?
helping to clear the area, helping to get people to safety. So the response itself seems to be pretty quick.
Yeah, an earlier video showed too that there was a person that has been arrested that was being escorted. We haven't gotten confirmation rather that a suspect is in custody, but that's the part of the video that we have been seeing, that someone in fact has been arrested.
Yeah, we have told a suspect was in custody, and we're seeing now the video there of the man in the blue shirt. And spectators say that attention immediately went to this individual. Obviously, it's hard in a situation like that with a crowd of that size to determine where certain sounds come from or how those sounds reverberate or bounce around the area. But one individual we talked to, Jason, he was a retired law enforcement officer, so he had a sensibility that was quite heightened in unusual ways because of his law enforcement training. He noticed police officers immediately, he said, going toward this individual in the blue shirt, and he was shortly thereafter led off the campus.
Well, this is a breaking news situation, so we are getting information pouring in as well as video of what you're seeing here. We do want to talk to another witness that was there at Utah Valley University to get her account. Can you tell us your name, please?
Bro, he could have been the president.
My name's Haley Westmoreland.
Y'all
I'm
crazy.
with
This is
Mia Palace.
insane.
We were both at the school with the shooting.
Okay, Haley and Mia?
Taylor, yes.
Taylor.
Do you realize
Taylor,
this?
Can you tell us what did
Bro,
you
he
see
was
and
so
what did
young.
you hear? What happened?
So we ended up getting there late, and we were coming in
Alright,
behind
Spy's going
where
down,
he was speaking. And so in some of the videos, you can see that building, and that's where we were. And we just had walked in and heard the shot, and everyone
You got to think
turned,
about it.
And they just
That
started
means the
running.
next midterms, there's no Charlie Kirk. The next election, 2028, there's no Charlie Kirk as an activist.
Shooter, run.
You take
People
that to
were
its
crying.
logical extreme. There's not even the possibility of a Charlie Kirk presidency anymore. This guy was a factor of the last election. This guy was a factor prior to that. This man, that's crazy.
It was so mellow.
This guy was
and then
literally what
as
he
we were
would say
walking,
himself.
We were walking out the door so mellow, you could just hear the
From the words of Charlie Kirk, bro, he would always say it. Because he would talk to these young men and women. And he'd say, look, get involved in politics. That's what I'm doing. He was there talking to them as these people go on TV and don't do shit and destroy communities and societies and don't even give a fuck. And literally, he was the one going, talking to these kids, actually engaging them in the political process, getting them involved, getting them to think about things that they thought they couldn't change. He said it. He was the one very aware of the young generation and the college students and how what their choices are going to shape the world we're all going to live in. It's all these people in college. So, yeah, man, that's why I'm like, dude, he affected elections. Now he's not going to be there for the midterms, for the next election, and to the point where I could have easily seen this man as a presidential candidate. He already has, he's gotten a lot of people in the way he's already had a real change in people's lives. Terrible, dude.
About 2,000 to 3,000 people were in attendance there. We know Utah Valley University homed about 46,000 students there at the time as well. And so we're getting information streaming in. Again, we can tell you that a suspect is in custody. As far as Charlie Kirk's condition, we have not been given any details or confirmation on the status of his health.
A really unique venue and potentially a tricky one for law enforcement or security, where you're in an outdoor setting, and it was set up in it appeared to be a semicircular shape pointed toward a tent where Charlie Kirk was seated. He hadn't yet taken the podium. He was being introduced. The first speaker of the morning had stepped up, was introducing, I think someone said even asking an opening question, and Charlie Kirk at the time was seated underneath a canopy shaded just to the left of that podium when that shot was fired. KSL reporter Alex Cabrero is en route to Utah Valley University. He also is tracking the updated information and also the feedback as it rolls out. Alex, what can you tell us?
Just about to UVU campus right now, but I got to tell you, it is, as expected, it is absolute chaos here. There are cars coming out. It is almost a parking lot on the roads. They're trying to orderly get people to leave, at least where we can see. But there are also a lot of people who are trying to make their way onto campus as well, just to be a part of this, to see this or witness this or be there, because Charlie Kirk is such a large presence, has a lot of fans. And so we're just in the middle of that right now, trying to make our way into the area where we can at least start reporting on television.
It's interesting, Alex, because social media obviously reporting real time and seeing the videos that are being posted, you can feel the chaos. You're now experiencing the aftermath of that chaos with the traffic congestion as people try to leave campus, and political leaders responding really quickly in support of Charlie Kirk, sending prayers. President Trump, J.D. Vance, local leaders as well. We don't have a current update on the condition of Charlie Kirk.
Dude,
That's right, yeah, and I haven't heard anything myself either, and I haven't seen any of those videos yet myself. We were down at another event in the Pacey Santa Quinn area when we got the word, from our news desk about what happened, and to try to get there as quickly as we could. So I'm still catching up on the information that has been released at this point, but it's a sad day. No matter which side you're on, no matter which side you believe.
Dude, this is so fucked.
We're working on that right now. We're getting close, and somebody's trying to talk to me.
My mind is this. I don't like this, dude.
Thank you, Alex. We'll look forward to.
I can't. This is the first time in the last year my mind has gotten taken off track. You know that? This is the thing. I can't believe this.
As the world, the nation watches.
Like I said, I believe it and I can, but I'm like, dude, I'm just heartbroken, bro. That's insane. That's the most insane thing this whole year. As weird as that could be. And I don't like it.
Prior to what you're seeing now through these social media events, there were a few pockets of protesters. One bystander identified the location of those bystanders as being elevated as in up a level, looking down on this crowd.
Dude, even then we were just chilling, bro, and I can't believe that. I thought you were kidding when you first said it.
3,000 people, so it was
and just all of this, bro. This is still fresh, bro. This is like this is all within an hour, bro. You guys realize that? This is not like I am mind-boggled.
31-year-old conservative activist, father of two. He helped found Turning Point.
Yeah, bro, we're not. It's been like just under an hour.
Deals with conservative youth on school campuses. He is well known among at least traveling to college campuses across the country. A well-known supporter of President Donald Trump, a close ally of many in his circle. In fact, he spoke at the 2024 presidential convention just days after an attempted assassination attempt on Trump. And as we just heard from President Trump, who's also offering his condolences as well.
Yes, political leaders taking to social media, Governor Spencer Cox among them. He's saying on X that he is tracking the situation. This is the comment that Tamara most recently mentioned coming in from President Trump. We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot, a great guy from top to bottom.
Yeah, you're not going to have good news.
Governor Spencer Cox also weighed
like I'm saying, I only posted that video
on the situation,
sadly, because you guys, I do have positive thoughts, and I do hope the best for his family, but I think he's dead, you guys. That's why I'm so disturbed by this, because that was very weird. It was very different. That was just one shot. It was very well placed, and it was violent. And I want him to be alive. I really do. Oh, you have no idea how much I want this man to be alive, but I just genuinely don't think he is. I think that killed him instantly, or just very, very shortly thereafter.
In the blue shirt, so it didn't take long. One would assume for police to
humans are resilient, man, and I hope so.
And we know that KSL news specialist Alex Cabrera is on his way to the Utah Valley University campus, hopefully to get us another perspective a little bit closer to campus. But as we just saw from video, lots of cars there right now, pretty much a traffic jam. So as we mentioned, information, it is coming in as we're showing you another live picture there from our UDOT camera there, right off of University Parkway near the campus. It looks like traffic there at a standstill, but several emergency vehicles out there right now as we kind of piece together all of this information.
You got 30 more minutes, couple of things moving. Spy's only one green. It's about to go red.
This was a highly publicized event. There was some criticism. This
is the campus right now. Yeah, so dude, this just happened within the hour, give or take, bro.
This afternoon was described as peaceful. You can see there that tent, that's Charlie Kirk seated beneath it, shaded from the noon sun, wearing that white t-shirt. He had not even spoken yet. He was being introduced or was preparing to speak, preparing to give his remarks when this happened. There was someone at the podium that had opened the event, that had set things in motion when a single shot, we're told, rang out,
they confirmed it, but no one's really talked about it too much yet, because this just happened.
People ran inside buildings.
It sounds fake.
Buildings, of course, you can see an outdoor venue there on the
Bro,
campus
it
of
just
Utah
all
Valley
sounded
University.
fake.
So crowds scattering as quickly as they could to get to safety.
Yeah, Brooke, you and I spoke to several witnesses that were there on the ground, just talking about, moments before they heard the shot.
Yeah, email to students said shooter is in custody, and the campus is now closed.
Although we know, leading
so
up
the
to the event,
school is saying they have somebody in custody.
Estimation of about 2,000 to 3,000 people there on the ground.
Yeah, bystanders described a couple of pockets of individuals. One identifying those individuals crying out or yelling out or shouting out as being positioned in the upper balconies. And you can see, this venue is so unique in that it's outdoors, obviously, so a vast kind of sprawling. There's not a defined perimeter, so to speak, but you can see pockets of people on the tiers, on the balconies, on the enclaves. This post you're seeing, obviously not current. This is a previous post from Charlie Kirk, stating that how excited he was to be at UVU today. This just in from Senator John Curtis. He said, "My heart goes out to Charlie, those in attendance and their families. We're praying for his safety and the well-being of everyone impacted." Lots of local leaders and national political leaders too, taking to X, taking to social media to share their well wishes.
Yes, and we also heard from Governor Cox that they are definitely looking into this investigation, talking to officials there on scene. So as you can imagine, the information is just continuing to pour in. We are getting new video and hopefully getting some more folks who were there on the ground willing to give us their accounts. Again, as we mentioned, KSL News Specialist Alex Cabrero is on his way there to the scene to Utah Valley University as well.
We heard a couple bystanders immediately praising the reaction from law enforcement, and of course,
really law. You got
a presence
the whole timeline just changed,
security
bro.
and attention
to
politically
I can't believe it.
Events like this.
I can't believe that, man. I can't believe that just all went down like that. I can't believe this all within the last 60 minutes.
It took about 30 minutes, we were told, for UVU to officially send out a text or a notice to clear the campus, although at that point, of course, as you might imagine, people had cleared the area and it had been cleared for quite a while.
We also heard from Vice President J.D. Vance as well, offering his condolences. We also heard from FBI Director Kash Patel, who, quote, said, "Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected." Patel also wrote on X that agents will be on scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. So in addition to the local police enforcement who are there, as well as the private security detail of Mr. Kirk, the FBI is going to be investigating.
It was Turning Point USA that first officially confirmed it was Charlie Kirk that had been shot. Of course, that was immediate suspicion, just based on the event and the featured prominence of this particular speaker. Charlie Kirk serves as the executive director of Turning Point USA, so his own company confirming about 20 minutes ago that he was shot. Bystanders telling us a single gunshot is all they heard, though they described it as a firework popping. Someone saying his ear was still ringing after hearing and experiencing that sound.
Okay, we want to go right now to KSL's Alex Cabrero, who has made his way to Utah Valley University. Alex, what can you tell us right now?
Fucking Utah? Like,
That's
what?
Right. Yeah, we just got
Bro, in Utah?
The parking lots, and as we mentioned just a little bit ago when we were talking to you over the phone, is that there were a lot of students and people trying to leave the area, a lot of students and people also trying to come in to be a part of this, just to kind of witness this for themselves, to be a part of this. Of course, Charlie Kirk, a very popular activist, a very popular speaker, who's been going to campuses all across the country, encouraging debate on either side, on both sides, just trying to spread the message and the word of what he wants people to hear kind of the other side of the story often. Join me here now is Brendan. He's one of the people who was here when all this happened. Now, Brendan is not a student here. He came all the way from Clearfield just to be a part of this and to see this. And Brendan, you were telling me you were right there when this happened.
Yeah, so I mean, it was pretty packed when I got here. It took me about 30 minutes just to find parking. When I finally got there were thousands of people. I would say he was kind of like in a pit almost, and we were kind of gathered up like some stairs. I kind of moved my way closer. I was about 15 feet away. He was actually just talking about mass shootings too, which is crazy, with the trans shooting
Boeing
that
and the
just
labor
happened
union
recently
reach
with
agreement.
The trans shooter. And
So
as soon
Boeing
as he
got
got done
the deal.
answering the question, we heard a loud pop. He got hit in the left side of his neck and dropped. We all dropped. His security dragged him out of there, and we just ran. So, you know, it's crazy.
I can't imagine. This is probably terrifying. You're there just to hear the debate, to be a part of this. You hear the shot. You said you hit the ground.
Yeah, obviously, because at first we didn't know what it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
Once we figured it out, I was more angry, I would say, than terrified. You know, we hear all the time that we're the problem, we're the violent ones, we're the issue. And yet this is the second mass shooting attempt on a
This is just like a local news channel too, so I don't think it's supposed to have a political lean.
I don't know of any mass shootings that happened with Joe Biden. I don't know any of Obama. I don't know of any of the Democratic side. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, we got to come together. This is ridiculous. Whether you believe what he says or not, like, we got to stop all this nonsense.
Right, and absolutely, and it's one of those things too, you know, no matter what side you're on, we should be able to have debate openly without the violence, no matter what side you're on. It's very charged, it's very political right now.
Exactly.
But I like what you said, we should come together. This needs to stop, no matter what side.
Right, yeah, and I completely agree with that. You know, everything going on in the world, everything's so hostile now when it comes to political parties. Yeah. We got to stop all of this. You know, like I said, they blame us, we blame them. We got to stop and just come together. We got to stop having a political agenda and get them to turn us against each other like they are. And it's just what they want. We got to stop. Yeah. And because I wear the stuff I wear, people look at me like a bad person. But I think I'm a good person. I don't care what you believe. As long as you're a good person, that's all I care about.
Brandon, thank you so much for your time. Sorry, because it's chilling. When you see the videos, it's chilling. Sorry you saw this, but I know you're probably heading out and trying to figure out, you've been chatting with your friends, so it's just one of those things, just figuring out what next, Brendan.
Absolutely. We'll be all right.
Thank you for your time, man. I really appreciate you. So Brendan's story is one of several that we've been hearing just there, just to hear the debate, to be a part of this, and was there when the shot came out, and you heard Brendan say he hit the deck, he hit the ground, not sure what it was or where it came from, but immediately we saw some videos of people just starting to run, and there are people just, I mean, there were students here. Mark, if you take a look at the traffic, this is just some of the traffic line we have of people just trying to get out of the area, but also come into the area. We've heard from UVU Public Safety and Orem Police to try to avoid the area if you can. There are some roadblocks in the area, but I mean, even just around here, just students milling around who were witnesses to this.
Oh my
God!
God!
Make sense of it, trying to come to terms
Oh
with
my
whenever
God!
you deal with something, you know, like this. There's that.
Holy fuck! I just remembered. Oh, dude, what the hell? You just made me remember my dream. What the fuck? Lord, forgive me. I hate, this is creepy now. I hate all of this, bro. I'm so sad right now. I do remember that dream, but I didn't remember it till you said it, but now I don't even, dude, this isn't like, that was a real dream I had, but like, I thought it was funny, but. Oh, fuck me, dude.
Examples of this
I hate this.
Throughout the country in recent years, and you wonder at what point do we realize enough is enough. So that's something we'll be chatting with students about, trying to get their perspectives on all of this.
I said this was like a couple months ago.
And as we gather more, we'll certainly pass it along to you.
I had a very weird dream. It was very, like, I remember. Yeah, you don't remember? I told my girl I had the weirdest dream a couple months ago. I told you guys. It was like a joke, but it was a real dream. I had a dream that I shot Charlie Kirk. I had that dream, and then I was with YBN Namir. Remember that? And then I told you I went home, and it was all on TV, and then they blamed YBN Namir, not me. And we were like, what? Yeah. I'm in disbelief. I'm already in disbelief. I can't. Dude, this is I told you, but it's just, the ripple effect of this, man, is just terrible. Yeah, but I didn't remember until you just said that, and now I'm like, I'm just sad, man. You know? Very, very sad. Oh no, I mean, I think my faith in God is stronger than ever before. I think all of you, it should be. I think this validates every single thing I've been saying and the seriousness of it all. And I've been telling you guys so many things, and like how this guy is a very big symbol of thinking and words and thought. And you know what I'm saying, bro? It's crazy. And what this is going to do to people and what will be missing and what, well, again, it's, you know, that's what's going to be. But yeah, man. That's, I told you the gate is closing, but for many, many reasons. And it's like, yeah, dude, this is just terrible. And I hope all of you just live your life, man, and live it joyfully and peacefully. And, you know, I think if Charlie just died for everything he said, I don't think it would deter me from what he said. I think it makes me believe in everything 10 times more. Because he believed in Jesus, and he again, that man, he didn't go to college. He was a walking symbol for a lot of you, and I think he, you know, I may not have agreed with everything he said or all of it, but it's, and like, you know, he was a walking symbol for many, many things. Qualcomm and Amazon, there's some partnership news. Oh man, that's why. So I think if he's still here, and I hope he makes it, and I think he would tell you that, yeah, man, this should make your faith even stronger. And if this doesn't highlight everything he has ever said and the importance of it, I don't know what does. And you know, I think if he did die doing for the cause, I mean, I know exactly where he is going. And I feel bad for us, and I feel bad for his family and everyone who won't have him here. But yeah, bro, that's just, I can't believe it, man. Breaking news confirmed let me see.
Absolutely. When you have elevated positions around where the venue's being held, it becomes, again, that extra layer of security as to what you're going to do or not do in some cases. There's decisions made based on, you know, the amount of personnel, the amount of money that you're going to spend, the amount of, you know, in some ways, the amount of restricted egress and ingress of how people are going to move around. On campuses where we're believing in the First Amendment, we've also got, you know, it's a public campus, so the Second Amendment may apply. We may not want to impede on students and visitors, you know, moving around the campus. On the other hand, if this is an event that we're going to secure that area, you know, again, you're going to move further out and people may be restricted in how they move, which then, you know, impedes on, you know, the educational process and impedes on people's daily learning. We're not locking the campus down for the entire day during this event, it sounds like.
And I find myself thinking there's really only so much you can plan. Like, as you described, the detailed planning that is just ultimately required in a climate like ours, in a day like ours, there's only so much you can forecast and can foresee, and all of those variables become, you know, potential safety pain points that unfortunately we're seeing play out today.
I agree with that somewhat, but I also disagree. We are.
Some people are saying like he's confirmed
I
dead now.
imagine that there was a lot of security.
I don't have the
going on,
official confirmation
going on. You're right. We can't predict, you know, what we used to refer to as black swan events, things that you just couldn't imagine happening, and you can't lock that down. But there are a lot of things that can be done when we have things that are predictable. You know, even if it doesn't happen often, you know, we do have great, you know, and I always say this about, you know, with the World Series and the Super Bowl and the Olympics, we have great people that are involved in those logistics and the planning and the security and the collaboration that goes on. And so a lot of that has been vetted out over the last 40 years, you know, last 20 years in Utah, because we've had significant events. We have significant events every single year that are nationally, internationally attended.
And Chris, while we cannot speak to the specificity of this particular security plan or execution, is there a point of security that you would like to see implemented more often at events like this, or something that people maybe aren't employing as often that you think would help boost security in outdoor venues specifically?
I think that, one, retrospectively, we always know a lot after events happen, and we tend to respond to that need. On the same time, we have a lot of lessons learned from the past, you know, both here in Utah, nationally, internationally, that we put into practice. And I understand that we can't completely lock down, you know, everything that, you know, i.e. when the president comes to town, we lock down a lot. We keep those areas safe. That's probably not practical, you know, with a situation with a guest speaker like him. But because of, you know, the emotion going on, you know, surrounding, you know, again, Charlie Kirk and other people in similar on both sides, it does require us to be prepared and make sure that everything has been done. I do believe in this case that a lot of planning, a lot of right-minded peoples in collaboration went into planning this. Retrospectively, we're going to know, you know, how that was, and,
I think
and if there were any.
Some sources are saying he's
before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you,
I thought he was
for
the
folks
moment
who
I
may
saw
be
it.
at
That's why,
home
dude, it was
watching this right now unfold on TV, or perhaps even
now people are saying
who live
sniper
near
and
Utah
all
Valley
this,
University. What
dude,
happens now as far as our local law enforcement
this is terrible.
in this investigation? What are the next steps when something of this magnitude happens right here at home?
Right. This is a significant investigation that's going to impact all of Utah. I imagine that this is going to be methodical. You know, both, you know, I mentioned University Police, Orem Police, Utah County Sheriffs. They're probably neighboring agencies. Federal agencies such as ATF and the FBI will definitely be involved, determining what the intent or motive was of the people involved. Were there more than one people? You know, this is something that is not going to take hours. It's going to take days. And there's going to be a lot of effort put into this investigation.
All right, Chris Bertram, thank you so much for your insight and professional perspective. We always appreciate what you have to say and add. Local alerts going out to elementary schools in the area, prompting a shelter in place. Moms, dads, parents getting alerts as we speak, as security measures kind of unroll as a result of a shooting that happened at Utah Valley University. We can confirm Charlie Kirk was shot, as you've likely heard, expected to speak at noon today. We don't have an exact timeline or a breakdown. This was a highly publicized event. There was a petition that had gone out ahead of this event. Less than 1,000 people signed up for the UVU appearance. He was expected to speak at Utah State University later this month, and 6,000 people had signed a petition protesting his appearance later this month at that campus. You're looking at a live look now, a live picture from Chopper 5, the aftermath of this morning's really unfortunate and tragic event.
And we have been showing you videos that have been circulating online of the event. And we actually have KSL's news specialist, Alex Cabrera, who's there on campus at UVU, who has been speaking to some of the folks who attended that event. Alex.
Yeah, just still a whole lot of shock and unbelievable sense of what happened.
Dude,
Why did this happen?
I can't explain how I feel
you can still
right
see
now,
the
man.
traffic here, people trying to
I
leave
haven't
campus
felt like this
right now as we speak.
Weird.
Just
I don't
because
know the guy, but
the investigation is beginning. The police, law enforcement, they would like to be able to screen those leaving the event, try to figure out exactly what happened. Did this one person that we hear is in custody, did that one person act alone? We're still trying to determine that ourselves. And we've been chatting with some people who have been here during this event, noticing what happened. Everybody just telling the stories, catching up and such.
I just don't want to.
Can I chat with you in 1 second? We're just live on TV here. Hold on 1 second.
That's what I'm saying. I get all of it. That's why I just don't want it.
They were just
everything else I've accepted. Very, very fine.
Not students here. You said
you
used to be a student here, but
you
didn't hear the shots. You said, Kim, but all of a sudden you saw people running. That had to be terrifying.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying, like this.
And all of a sudden, they're just
all of it lines up.
Running down the hallway, and they're like,
we were just talking about it's just dark.
Run. So I grabbed my daughter.
You see the pattern, and it's just like.
Booked it out of there. It was.
But this one is just.
You don't know if it's real, if it's not, but you just have to go with your gut and get out of there. But it was scary. The adrenaline shot up through my body, and I chills, and we were freaking out.
Yeah, and you know, we always hear about this. This always happens somewhere else, but when it's happening right where you are, all of a sudden it's as real as it gets, and you freeze. What do you do?
I didn't really understand what was going on, and we just heard gun, and I was like, what's going on? So I tried to alert other people. My mom was like, Bentley, run. So we just ran and found the nearest door to exit out, and it was just terrifying. You get chills and you kind of freeze, but you're like, I have to save my life and everything. So that's just, it was scary. It didn't feel real.
Yeah.
So.
Mom, as her mom, we're hearing from a lot of parents who have students here. Their kids go to school here, terrified. You were with your daughter seeing this. It's not only yourself now, but you're thinking of your daughter.
Yeah, very scary. I just wanted to get us out of there. And there was people that were just kind of like standing around, looking around, and I'm like,
this doesn't make me scared. I'm sorry. And I don't think you should 9/10, 9/11. No, this doesn't make you scared. This makes me sad. This makes you wake up, bro. Everything I've been telling you for the last couple months is very real. And y'all better fucking wake up and lock in, okay? And you see it, bro, in this world. That's why I don't think you should be, I think the opposite of afraid. But you show, this is just heartbreaking, bro. And it really is, this is hard to accept.
First, and then
at least for me, but
we still just got out and saw the hordes of people running. So
now, just coming around chatting with people, that's kind of what you do now, because you're sharing a terrible experience with others. It's how you, decompress and deal a little bit.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, talking here seems to help with people who experience it in the parking lot as well.
Yeah. I'm sorry you went through this, Wes. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Tell me, where were you when this happened? I heard you chatting with Kim and Bentley. You were pretty close.
I was really close. Watching the whole thing, I was probably on the second level up from,
this
I've
place
never
is
been to this place
confirming
except for
his death,
classic car
alright.
shows, so I
They're
can't
not
really
like
explain
official
to you, but I was
sources.
to the left of Charlie.
there's still a shot.
Super clear
I hope
view.
so, man.
Saw everything happen, heard the
That was
gunshot.
grim.
I was the last one standing because I couldn't quite believe. I thought maybe it was a stunt. And then everybody fell to the ground. We all fell to the ground. I got pushed into some bushes.
She thought
and
it was
stayed
a
there.
stunt.
There was a
Think about it.
lady
Him
with
talking
her
about guns.
elderly
and then,
mom, and I said, "Is she okay?" And she said she's okay. So we just kind of stayed in the bushes for a few minutes, maybe a minute and a half. And then a man said, "Go this way." And we went right where Charlie had come in and out. And I was right behind the police when they had the man in the handcuffs, and I was standing right there next to them as he was on his knees, and he said, I would say multiple times, but at least twice, "Just shoot me, just shoot me." And I videoed it, and I called him every name in the book that I could think of, which is probably not appropriate, but I was a shaken ball and mess. I'm still shaking, and I'm still crying. I love Charlie Kirk. He's awesome. And I pray for him and his family. And I pray for everybody that was here to witness this. It's awful, and I don't understand why we can't have something like this that is truly innocent. There were the non-believers, the ones that didn't like him, and that's fine. But to shoot him, he doesn't deserve this.
That's the part I keep hearing from a lot of people, too, is like, look, no matter what side you're on, this shouldn't happen.
Never, never, ever, never. And I will always help anyone. I don't care if they're a Democrat, Republican, conservative, it does not matter. And I asked a girl, "Hey, can you tell me what building this is?" And she looked at my hat and she said, "Not with that fat hat. No way." And I was like, okay, well, that was rude, but whatever, to each their own. But it's sad. It's really sad, the America that we have today.
I don't know. People keep saying, how do we fix this? And you keep thinking, is this tragedy going to be the spark that gets us back together? Because something is wrong, and we need to come together. But how?
I wish I had that answer. Oh gosh, that's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? I wish I knew. Prayer. Pray. Stand up for your beliefs. Don't back down. Don't listen to the propaganda. Do your own research. Don't take one person's opinion as fact. Look into things for your own. I don't know.
You're still shaking.
I am.
I'm shaking just talking to you. But one thing that hit me when you were talking is you saw Charlie get shot.
Yes.
And then you were waiting because I think you don't know where it came from. You don't know how many people there are. You don't know what's going. That's terrifying.
Right. And like I said, I wasn't sure because he was literally talking about how many mass shootings from trans people. That's literally what they were talking about when it happened. And when
I do. I want to lead you guys in a prayer. I do, but I don't. This is what I've been trying to say is like, this is why we all need to we just got to go, bro. When we all need to like get off of the wayside. We need to stop tolerating the nonsense and really just live in it. Because we don't need to pray after the we need to stop these things from happening. We need to save society. Y'all think I'm fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, revival, a real change, bro. Because we're just going to watch everybody die and pray about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to just do all these things and then every time. And it's just like, we need to stop it. And we could stop it now, bro. These people aren't bad. These kids, everyone's just getting misled. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know. We got to do something. So send the prayers up, too. I'm not mad about that. I'm just so like, wow, bro. All of this is just, it's very overwhelming. And not really much overwhelming.
Elisa,
I'm Alex.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, bro, some of this is just weird. And I've been telling you some things over and over again.
West, just
and the
some
way
of the people here who witnessed this, who were a part of this, just coming here to be a part of the debate, to hear Charlie Kirk speak. Again, no matter what side you're on, there are some people that you follow with the side you believe. And everybody we spoke with said violence should not be the answer. Violence shouldn't happen, that you should be able, especially on a college campus, to come and at least have a debate, talk about things that are tough, and to have it happen like this. I mean, Elise was just shaking when we were talking to her. Her hands were visibly shaking as she's holding onto her purse there. It's just a tough situation, and I'll show you the line again. I mean, we hear more police sirens here. I mean, the line, it's just cars backed up all the way, more students and people just leaving campus here, just trying to get out after what they've talked to. But things do certainly appear a lot calmer now than when we first got here maybe 30 minutes ago. We saw some people running when we were pulling into this parking lot here at UVU. And now it looks like people are just casually walking, but just it's a sad day. Again, no matter what side you're on, this stuff people saying shouldn't happen, and they're sharing their stories with us. So let's send it back to you for now.
Alex, thanks for catching and carrying that emotion in such a compassionate way. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. This was part of the American Comeback Tour by Charlie Kirk. It was a stop at UVU. There was a planned stop at Utah State a little bit later. The plan was to set up a Prove Me Wrong table there under that tent where people from the crowd would pose questions or challenges that then would, play out in a live debate. That event had not even really gotten underway when this particular event happened. Charlie Kirk shot this morning on the campus of Utah Valley University.
All right, we want to check in with KSL News Specialist Daniel Woodruff, who is also on campus. Daniel, we were just speaking with Alex Cabrero, and emotions, as you can imagine, running very high. Describe to us what you're hearing there on campus.
Yeah, definitely high emotions, Tamara and Brooke, and we'll talk to some other witnesses in just a minute. But first, I want to show you where we are. We are on the west side of the Utah Valley University campus, and as my photographer shoots in here, you can see the tent that says "Prove Me Wrong," and that is where Charlie Kirk was speaking when he was shot. And you can see behind there's an area where all of the spectators were gathered to watch his speech and to witness exactly what happened. I'm joined by 3 Utah Valley University students. This is Isaac. I'll start with you, Isaac, and you're from West Jordan, I understand.
Yeah.
You were in the crowd. Tell me what you saw.
We were just in the crowd, and you can hold it. Okay, yeah, we were just in the crowd, and we were just watching him do his debate. Nothing was crazy was going on. Wasn't any crazy topic he was talking about. And immediately we were sitting next to each other. We just heard an immediate pop. And we're like, what's going on here? And then after that pop, we just saw him in his neck. We saw him fall backward, blood shooting out of his neck, hit the floor, and we just had to bolt it out of there immediately. We got all soaked, running through the water. It was actually surreal. We didn't actually know what was going on. We just kind of were like, oh, like this might be like some skit. What is this? And we had no idea until everybody started running out of the way, and we're like, oh, this is one of those scenarios where you're actually in like a school shooting like position. You're like, holy. Then we got to get the hell out of here. So
yeah, how close would you say you were to where he was speaking?
Probably 20, 30 feet from where he was speaking. I actually personally saw him get shot. Everyone else was filming, and I was just sitting there just watching the debate, just seeing what was going on. And then I just immediately hear a pop, see him get shot in the neck, blood come out of him, and then he just hit the floor. And then I just take these guys, and we just run out of there.
Chris, I wanted to ask you for your perspective as well. Were you in similar position, kind of watching?
I was just right by him, and we were watching. It was kind of hard to see because everyone was like standing up. And I thought it initially was a firecracker, like a loud firecracker. Some people do dumb stuff all the time. And then no, we just saw him fall to the ground, and then we all just booked it. We ran. And it was crazy experience.
When you found out that he had been shot, and that as information trickled out, because now UVU has confirmed that he was shot, what did you think?
I thought it was super surreal because UVU is a nice place. It's a very good place. I thought that would more happen in more crime city type places, not at UVU, Utah. But you know, it's a crazy experience. That's all it is.
Erica, I assume you were with these two guys as well. What did you see from your perspective?
I couldn't really see just because of all the people, but just the gunshot sound. We didn't think it was a gunshot at first. Everybody kind of stood there for a second and then hit the ground, and we all just ran out.
I can only imagine that feeling when everyone starts to run and panic. Can you describe what you did next after the shots?
I just ran. He grabbed my hand. I was just getting dragged, basically. I was pretty in shock, and so we ran through the water of the fountain, just trying to get out of there as fast as possible.
Tell me why you had come to his event and why you wanted to hear Charlie speak today.
I just see him on social media and stuff. I like what he has to say, and I was excited to see the debate and hear more of what he has to say.
Yeah. We hear about political violence, Chris, and I mean, you don't think of it happening here. You don't think of it happening where you are, but yet here we are. How have you been processing the aftermath of this news?
To be honest, it's crazy to me because I wasn't even like that shocked in the moment. I was kind of like, did this really just happen? You know what I mean? I wasn't like frantic or anything. I just got out of there safety quickly, but it was a crazy experience. I don't know why or how this happened, but it's Utah. I feel like this is a pretty nice local neighborhood state, you know what I mean? So I would think that would more happen in other states, you know, a little bit more violent, but it's tragic that it happened here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and it's actually wild that this is happening. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, I can't believe that I was actually part of something like that. But you hear about it, but you're like, is this actually going to happen, like, to me one day? And then we were actually talking about it right before this, like, oh, the craziest part is, like, there was no checkpoints, nothing to get in here. Everyone was just able to walk in here. I'm like, I have my backpack. I'm like, if I wanted to, I could just bring a gun with me, but, like, I'm like, this is just crazy that everyone was just allowed in here and just with anything you could have in your backpack. And so I was like, and so there was no checkpoints, nothing. I just wish there was like some kind of checkpoints or something to at least check people, because if that was true, this probably wouldn't have happened. But I guess legislatively or by law, you can't have like checkpoints at some public schools. So I don't know how that works, but it's actually wild.
Had you seen a law enforcement presence generally around?
There was law enforcement presently around, but like the immediate response, I was like, is everyone like why are we not running more? Like, why is everybody sticking around? I was like, let's get the hell out of here. And I don't know. I just thought it was crazy. There was people there, but it didn't really. Everybody kind of just didn't know what was going on at the moment. They were just sitting there, like watching it. Like, oh, did he really? I'm like, yo, dude, he got shot, dude. Get out of here now, dude. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. And I heard you on the phone earlier sharing. I don't know if you were with family or friends talking, but I imagine you've probably got a lot of people hitting you up to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, no, totally. All my friends like, oh, dude, are you okay? Were you there? Like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, dude, it was crazy. I'm good. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm fine. But it was wild what happened. I saw him get shot, and I just immediately we got out of there, bolted out of there. Cops are good now. I mean, they evacuated everybody, which is great. But it's just surreal, really, being in the moment, because you're like, this could never happen to me until it does, you know.
And I think it's surreal, and I think many would say it's sad that at an event where you come to hear political speech, that this type of thing happens.
Yeah, it's crazy because Charlie Kirk, I love the man. He's a great guy, and I don't know why anybody would feel a certain type of way to shoot him. It's just a debater. Like, who cares? You're just a debater. Like, you're not doing anything or harming anyone. So why shoot anybody? Like, let's just talk. If we're gonna be in this environment, let's just talk about stuff. You know, I don't know why we have to like become violent about it. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me, but yeah.
Isaac, Chris, Erica, thank you very much for making a few minutes. Glad you're okay.
No,
Thanks I will let you on your way now. Appreciate it, guys. So yeah, obviously these were some tense moments for those students that were here, and now we're going to show you here with some law enforcement walking by with weapons with them here on the west side of the UVU campus. Lots of law enforcement. I mean, where we are, I see law enforcement from Provo, from Orem, from UVU. We've been told the FBI is here. We've been told that other federal agents are here, and it's quite a scene. I mean, I've not seen anything like this. Certainly, I'm from here, grew up a couple miles to the east, and have not seen anything like that here, certainly at UVU or in this area. But you heard those witnesses here. I have one more individual who wanted to share a little bit more about what they saw.
Yeah,
tell me your
we
name.
only have 5 minutes left.
I'm Wesley.
Wesley, tell me what you noticed. You were inside there for this.
Yeah, so where I was at the line, I guess
tripping,
this side
bro.
to the right of him.
I have nothing to
And
say.
I was just there to ask a
That
question.
doesn't happen too often,
I was there with
Chad.
a lot of my friends
That
just
doesn't
having a
happen
good
too
time.
often.
We saw one person question him, just seemed business as usual. And then when the second person came up, he asked an interesting question about like whether like transgenders are disproportionately represented as mass shooters. And then I heard the shot, I looked over, I saw what I thought was smoke, and then I got out of there. And yeah, I think it's really interesting that the person asking the question was asking about shootings like right as the shooting happened.
A tense moment. What did you do in the aftermath? Because I know everybody started to run.
Yes. Well, I mean, there was too much of a crowd, to sprint, because, it's a big crowd. So I just act calm. I walked out in that underpass at the pace I could. And then the police, first they said they wanted to interview me, and then as things took a while, they were just like, hey, just give me your number. And then sent me on my way. So
pretty.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Wesley, thank you very much. Get your thoughts there. So we've heard from a number now of witnesses that me and others that have interviewed of people that were inside there, or I should say outside, because it is
I
an
made
outdoor
JD
venue,
contracts
when the
free.
shots were fired, when Charlie Kirk was shot. That's what we've got here from the west side of UVU campus. We'll continue to be here, but we'll send it for now back to you, Brooke and Tamara, in the studio.
Daniel Woodruff reporting live from UVU campus, where earlier today Charlie Kirk was shot, and we are
they
hearing
talking
from
about
the
this
AP
anywhere
who
else?
has confirmed that Charlie Kirk is in critical condition at a hospital, again after being shot at this event held at UVU.
And though we don't know any other medical details on that, I think that's an exhale for a lot of people right now to at least hear the initial report of critical condition. The shot was fired.
The market's
he
about to
recoiled.
close, bro.
Bystanders describe him recoiling and immediately falling to the ground.
I think we should, for now, instead of a 1 minute or anything, I think we'll take a moment of silence for our boy Charlie. And, and I hope all of you never be afraid, because that, that's free thought, critical thought. You don't arrive there with fear, and I don't think, even in situations like this, man. And I think if you really like that man and love and believe, you carry his words on, and you really listen to what he said and actually embody it. So we'll just take a moment until the bell for our boy. GG's, Chad. But rest, prayers up, rest in peace. I don't even know, bro. I'm sad. I am. Well, get ready. I don't know, man. Everything is real, bro. So you better. I don't even know, man. Seek the Lord. And the Lord is with you. He really is. And that's why, man, I really I'm glad Charlie has the Lord, and dude, like, let's go, bro. Like, all of you have been called, okay? Just, I hope you see it, and I hope you take it seriously. So, man, I'll let it ride for a little. I don't even know, bro. I can't even close out today, bro. I don't even know what to fucking tell you. I'm telling you, it's a trip. It's a trip, all of this. I don't even want to rant. I don't even want to say anything. I don't even want to talk. I'm just baffled. I'm heartbroken. I truly am, bro. This feels like I lost somebody close to me. And it's the same, it's baffling. Why, bro? Why? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here. Really
kind of things to actually be in there when it's happening. Your thoughts about that?
I mean, you just never expect it to happen. You're just going to this event. You're not expecting anything to happen. So it's definitely shocking when something happens like that.
Tell me about why Charlie Kirk. What was it about? You wanted to go hear him, or what happened?
Yeah, he's on social media. I've seen a lot of him do a lot of debates. We just thought it'd be cool to come see him debate a couple people.
Okay, thank you very much. And share with us where you were at and kind of what you saw.
Yeah, I was about 50 feet to his right. And I want to say that, like, he only got 1.5 questions in. The first question, he was very graceful when confronted about comparing Mormons to Protestant. And then the next question, right before he got shot, was asking about transgender mass shooters and the DOJ wanting to take their guns. And then he got a few words in, and then I heard that one shot rang out, and then he fell over to his left, and everybody panicked.
Okay. Man, thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And boy, what a traumatic experience for all of these students here. Again, we're on the north side there of the UCCU Event Center here. Again, let me just kind of show you just traffic right here. You can see traffic completely still backed up. Everybody's still trying to get out of this location here. But you heard the stories there, one after another. Just these are students that are just right there in the middle of it, and all of a sudden to have something like this happen right in front of them and witness something like this, just a very traumatic thing. But again, trying to get out of the north side here of the campus, boy, it is just a parking lot here. This, of course, happened, about 12:30, right around there, a little bit after, and still here we are with traffic just really congested and everybody trying to get out of this location. We'll go ahead and send it back to you guys, and we'll continue to get more information out here and come back to you as soon as we have some more.
All right, Dan Rascon reporting live from the Utah Valley University campus there. And just to update you with the latest information that we've received, the AP reporting that Charlie Kirk is in a hospital in critical condition at this time.
The AP also reporting a few more details at the moment of impact. They described Charlie Kirk reaching up to grab his neck, right hand grabbing left side of the neck. There's quite a bit of blood. People describe it as very traumatic. He slumped to the floor, recoiled and slumped to the floor, and his security detail immediately assumed this scene. We have Jody Reynosa live on the campus of UVU. Jody, what can you tell us from where you're at?
Let me show you what I'm seeing here. People keep mentioning the traffic as students, faculty, people try to get out and off of campus. But right down here, you can see just the line, the very long line of traffic. And then with people trying to get out of, this exit area, it's just taking them a very long time. Some tense moments in the aftermath of this horrific shooting. Now, I'm here on campus just outside of the Wolverine services, and I also have, there's probably approximately 50,000 students that attend UVU, and I'm here with Marta Villa. She's a third-year student, and she wasn't there at the event, but she was in class, and still some very tense moments. Marta Villa, tell me, what was that experience like for you?
I mean, it was terrifying. None of us knew what was going on. I was just in class. Someone heard a stampede of people running down the hallway. They checked it out and immediately they locked the doors, just go in.
All this stuff,
there's been a shooting.
If it's good.
How were you feeling in those moments?
I think we were all...
Dog, I'm just talking to you yesterday about how, it doesn't matter what you support. Look at the fucking content. Literally, look. I was explaining it to you. And y'all think I'm nuts with this propaganda bullshit. And I'm like, look, they want you to get excited about Trump dying. Then they want you to get excited about Greta dying. Like, do you see it, bro? And then that's what I'm saying, bro. You think it's just like scrolling and all this other shit, bro? Nah. So, I don't know, man. Time to live in the light, brothers. Otherwise, it will be consumed by darkness. I told you. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. If you're not going to stand in it, something else is. And it's not pretty. It's really not. So, yeah, man. I don't know what to tell you. If it is, it doesn't, like I said, man, you may not like the whole Jesus thing, but it is a defense. Like I'm saying, because if you don't purposely fill your heart with something, I know what it's going to get filled with. Again, with AI now, I was just telling you today, bro, you don't know, you think you're talking and they're giving you an ad. You don't know what you're being suggested. And there's a lot of subtle suggestions that are radicalizing people. And they're not, in all of us are consuming it without a second thought. And it's causing this weird shit that you are watching materialize. That's why I'm saying it's not like stop. It's like, dude, pay attention. And you pay attention by not engaging in it. And you know, you be the salt, my brother. You know, you slow it down. And you be a light in this world. And enough of this tolerating anything and being around this trash and letting it thrive. And that's what I'm saying. Watch your words and understand how important it is to think and freedom of thought. Like that's what you'll die for. Not than anything else, brother. They're not willing to kill for, you think it's about money? You think they care about money? They print it whenever they want. It's not a big deal. So, come on. All right, man. Praise the Lord. And may God be with Charlie. And I hope he's okay. And I hope all of you are okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I hope you're okay. And I'm not. You damn well. I hope you understand. Like, I don't, you know, more violence doesn't stop violence. So I don't believe in that. I never have. But I would never, you should never be afraid. That's the thing. You know, if anything, I think this motivates me a lot more. You know, I told you, I look forward to certain things. You know, God's plan. And I hope all of you, man, I hope every single one of you really wake up and live for real, bro. You go at bare minimum, you enjoy this life. Go ahead, brother. Go at bare minimum. Enjoy this life so you never fall for the trap of taking your own or somebody else's. Right? Can we agree? You know what I'm saying? You're not called to battle. Maybe it's not this spiritual war. Great. But you should enjoy your life. Be comfortable with what God called all of you, and you're perfect as you are. So good. Enjoy your life. Go ahead. Even in sin, my brother. To the point where, my brother, why you don't hurt yourself, you don't hurt anybody else. And we condemn everything of that nature. That's simple. Do you get what I'm saying? Then that's for the people drinking the milk, man. But if something bigger applies to you, then there you go. And then much more is called of you, and you already are well aware. But yeah, man, I think this is a very sad moment that cements a lot of things, though. And I hope you don't let this be for nothing, because it's not. And I think this is a sad day, bro. Pivotal day. Everything changed. A lot of things just changed right now in front of you. And it's, above all else, just a loss on the world. A loss of thought, a loss of a father, a loss of somewhere where just, I can't, the ripple effect is amazing. I can't even fathom it, that what that man has already done. And God bless him, he's already done a lot. And that's why it's like, dude, I can't believe it. So, may the Lord be with him. May the Lord be with all of you. I hope you make wise decisions after this, even further, if nothing else would inspire, you know, inspiration or desperation. So, yeah. But Chad, God bless you all. Enjoy your evening. I will hopefully see you tonight. We'll see, man. You know, that's it. I'm banning you. You're not drinking to this, brother. Stop with your demonic shit. You're a demon. In people's hard moment right now, you suggest drinking alcohol? That's a fool. Any of you. No. Charlie Kirk did not die for you to go drink alcohol. Neither did Jesus, okay? And you use a weak moment right now to push weakness on your brothers, you're a demon. If you're not a demon, go repent and get the fuck away from me. And to get away from everybody else. If anything, you should double down on never drinking ever again. You should double down on actually living in the light. Because my brother, if you don't, it's going to turn to darkness. We're surrounded by it. I have more examples of darkness than I do light. So, yeah. All right? That goes for all of you. For this moment would make you stronger, not weaker. Otherwise, I don't think you were really listening to Charlie Kirk. Were you? And do you, I don't know, man. Because that just proved everything he said correct. Everything. Unfortunately for some. So yeah. God bless you all. And I will see you tonight, God willing. If not, I'll tweet you or something. And prayers up for his family, man. And for all of you too. And pray for everybody. Pray for the world, man. Pray for the world. All right, man. I love you all. And finger to the sky. It truly is. To God be the glory. Even in these moments, bro. And everything. And I may not understand his plan. I may not want to accept things. But, oh, my Lord is good and gracious. And I know where Charlie, whether I know my God will save him or my God will take him home. And either way, let his will be done. And I know Charlie, he would agree. I think a lot of people would. And that's then may let his will be done. And, you know, the impact has already been felt. And I trust my God even when I don't understand it. So, to God be the glory, baby. And finger to the sky. You all have a wonderful evening. And the Lord is with you. And may the Lord be with this world. And may he show mercy on us. And may we have more mercy. May we show mercy on each other. You know, I'm really not. I'm scared. God makes me worried. I told you, I'm afraid of the king. But my goodness, may we have mercy on each other. You know, like just on you and I and American and Republican and Democrat. May we have mercy on each other, brother. For real. So have a good one. Peace.